Ooh, what's up, guys? Luca here. Luca Teal, yes, the Ashen one. The Ashen Lucario, the Ashen Luca. It's me. I'm here for a Spoilercast. Elden Ring Spoilercast, that is. And we got our buddy Beto Claudio here. And we should be getting some other people coming through as well. Big panel, so if anyone needs to hop out at any time, just feel free. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to going over these topics and talking Elden Ring. We are in spoiler territory, my boys. Okay, all spoilers all the time. Spoilers for Elden Ring. We're going to spoil the fuck out of this game. So if you haven't played the game, if you haven't beat the game, just go ahead and skedaddle because we're covering everything. So I just want to say hi to my great panel. Blaze, it's been a while since you've been on. Hello.
Yeah, I don't get invited anymore.
You don't ask to come on. What's up?
I used to get asked to come on. I never asked.
Because you're always like, no, I'm not showing up. You said, fuck you, Luca. That's what you said.
You know it's never that. Listen, I talked to Luca, I hit her up randomly one day because I was aggravated about something I'm not going to get into. But I hit her up on a regular, like, Wednesday afternoon, and we just were in the Discord for, like, 3 hours and then played for another 2 hours. It was so weird.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a really good time. But happy to have you here. And of course, we're going to get you back on Scumcast sometime soon. AV? Is that how you want to be referred to?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, what's goody, my boy? Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, I was on the Demon Souls stream, Spoilercast, like a year ago. Mm-hmm. So it's always good to, get with some fellow From Software fans and definitely talk about some From Software games.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Enrique.
What's going on, Luca? Panel. Look, excited to be here and talk some video games, talk Elden Ring. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. Let's fucking get it in, man. Let's fucking get it in. Connor?
What up, dude?
What up, dude? How's it going?
What's going on? It's good. Just finished the game today, so
yeah, dude, you were like fucking speed running those, man.
Yeah, I did 4 bosses last night from midnight to 4, and then this morning I started playing because I had off today, so I started playing at like 1, and then I got done around 4 again, so about 8 hours altogether.
All right, man. Well, shout out to you for hustling through it. I appreciate it, brother. All right, Beto Claudio.
Yo.
What's goody, my boy? How you doing?
Doing fine. How about you?
Doing pretty good, man. I'm excited to talk these games, talk Elden Ring. I got a lot to say. I took notes down, man.
You saw the capping, huh?
Oh, who's capping?
I don't know. There's a lot of capping that going on, about the game.
Capping? Yeah, for sure.
A lot. The game's easy, Luca, The
game is easy.
The game is easy, Luca.
The game is easy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but what's good, Lionel? Should I drab concussions? I don't, bro.
Concussions?
Don't make concussions? Oh, no. I don't know how to read. I was talking to All Day, and All Day was like, I'm going to be on 60 frames tonight. And I was just like, 60... I said 60 flag, and then I was like, oh, fuck. And then I was like, 60 flames, and I was like, fuck. That's not what I meant either. Dude, I was struggling, bud. I was fucking struggling. So my head is like all over the place right now. So
who is that? Puerto Rock over there?
Oh, yeah, Puerto Rock.
Yeah,
it's Puerto Rock.
All right, what's up, John the Don? What's up, Trice J? What's up, Bunty T Rock, my brother? Mizzle T Shizzle, what's goody, my boys? Truth Hurts, what's good? Polls, what's good? What's up, guys? Fire Blast Gaming saying the stream's live. I'm at work, so I can't work. Oh man, come back later, buddy boy. Come back later. Love to have you. What's goody, Mr. Go Try Hard Guy Uchiha? Good to see you. All right, man. Erica, mother,
daughter.
Hello, mother.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here.
Been 84 years.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
God, big clouds.
Queen Erica.
Queen Erica, that's what's up, man.
Hold up.
Nice, man.
Big Cloud, I thought you were sick. What's
I am actually.
Bit. Weren't you laid up in your bed earlier, like dying or something? Like,
bro, I'm still fucking recovering from this shit.
Hey, buddy, man.
I hope you feel better, bro.
Yeah.
If if anytime you don't feel good during the stream, just feel free to hop out, man. No one's holding you
nothing
hostage.
will keep this guy away from giving me a hard time.
Nothing.
Oh yeah. What you trying to say? Are you trying to say I haven't been better?
Hell yeah.
But
what's up, everybody? I'm here.
What do you mean?
Your mom's calling me V.
What's good, Erica?
What's up?
When'd you get sick? I just talked to you 2 days ago. You weren't sick then.
I got a head cold, congested.
You better be on tomorrow, bro. Don't call him no.
Oh man. So what did I miss? Just like intro,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay.
All right, man. Let's get it in. Let's get it in, okay? So Elden Ring. Let's talk real quick. Let's just go over our history with the Souls franchise and From Software before we get into the game, so people can have an idea of where we're coming from. What's goody, Persona? What's up? I love chicken. Saying kick BitCloud. Okay. Anyway, we can move on from that. So, my name is Luca, the Ashen Luca, the Ashen one, as they say, from Dark Souls 3. Luca, as in Lucatio from Dark Souls 2. I'm sure you guys are kind of getting a theme here. I am a huge Souls fan. I have played these games multiple times. My first Souls game was Bloodborne. After I beat Bloodborne, I went back and played Dark Souls 3. After I played that, I went back and played Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2. Took a little breaky break, came back to Dark Souls 3, played that game over and over and over again. Got 200 plus hours in that. Absolutely love the game. Beat Bloodborne twice. Beat Dark Souls 3 times. Dark Souls twice.
You hearing this?
Dark Souls.
You saying something down there, boy?
Dark Souls twice because I played it originally on my PlayStation 3. So yes, I experienced the beauty of the frame drops in Blighttown. We already fucking know, boys.
Man.
Oh my God!
And then
You
I
were brave, Luca.
played it again on with the remaster, and yeah, man, I'm just like huge fan. Played Sekiro, beat Sekiro 4 times.
You hear that,
Actually
Blaze?
beat it.
Yeah, that Blaze? Yeah, that Blaze?
Sekiro, baby.
Four times.
Bitch, you
Beat
wanna-
that shit.
damn.
No save summon on this one. No save.
Okay.
I went through that shit, boys. All right.
Wow.
I am a Souls.
Love how that
fucking
sword just came
beast.
back at him.
I am a
Souls
Souls
queen over there.
All right. So
That's the queen.
big fan of the franchise. Big fan of the series. Beat Elden Ring. Got 177 hours.
That's what I'm talking about.
Level 222 or so.
Mm.
Went through my first playthrough as a pure strength build. I had some
Oh,
like
yeah.
spells here and there because I started off as a confessor, but I got me my Ruins Great Sword, and that was my main driver for the rest of the fucking game. So absolutely loved it. Had a blast with it. Playing on New Game Plus. I'm actually at the Elden Beast, so I got all the way to New Game Plus after beating it, and I must say I've been experimenting. I have 15 larval tiers. So I'm just like having a ball, bro. I'm having a fucking blast. I did a Dex Bleed Arcane build, and then I switched over to a magic build. Both builds, OP, both builds, fucking awesome. Having a blast on New Game Plus. All right, Alton.
Jeez.
Oh, and then also I got the platinum for Demon Souls Remake.
Okay.
Did she platinum Elden Ring though?
Yes, I platinum Elden Ring.
There you go. So on there.
Fucking bum. So what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying that's
came
what I
over,
want
like,
to hear. That's
You
what I
came
wanted
over
to
like, but
hear.
did you platinum Elden Ring? Like, yeah, yeah, I did. I
That's
did
right.
platinum.
That's what I want to
Right?
hear. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
so anyway,
Make me
go ahead.
proud.
Thank you. But Alton, go ahead.
I can't say it about Erica. You know.
I started with Dark Souls 2. I got a soft spot for that game. It's probably my least favorite out of all the ones I played, but that was the first one I started with. Loved the game, all the series since. Then I went to Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 3. Then I think it was 3, not 3, but Sekiro, maybe. And then Demon Souls Remake, Elden Ring. Then when not Demon Souls, but Dark Souls Remastered came out, I played that. Love the games. Just the sense of accomplishment you get when you beat like super hard bosses or just beating their games in general. It's just a huge accomplishment because they're pretty tough. So, strength build on Elden Ring. I usually do strength builds for all the From Software games except Sekiro. I will not lie. I have not beat Sekiro. That game clapped me really hard. I'm on the last boss. I haven't gone back to it since that game.
Just remember, it's just.
I might have to go back to it. I know a lot of people telling me to go back and finally beat it. That game scarred me. I was not good with the parrying system at all in that game. But it's just good to be back on your stream, Luca. Talking about some Souls, From Software in general. Yeah, that's it.
All right, I don't know if Blaze is back. Nope. Okay, Enrique, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've played Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, obviously Elden Ring because I'm here, and a little bit of Dark Souls 1, just I played Demon Souls way back in the day, PS3, but never got around to it, and then did pick up Dark Souls 3 again, never got around to it, and then got to actually Bloodborne really kind of sucked me back into these Souls games, and Bloodborne was just still my favorite out of all the Souls games. It's still number one. And then I've just been hooked. I mean, I just love I love the gameplay. The lore is always interesting. You always have to, at least for me, I always have to go back and kind of read up on exactly what's happening or what happened. But yeah, I love these games. It's a throwback to how I grew up gaming too, in terms of difficulty, where, like if you played Ghost and Goblins back in the days, I mean, those games weren't easy. We didn't really have checkpoints per se. But yeah, I mean, just Miyazaki is just amazing. Yeah, I'm just a big From fan. I love their games, and looking forward to whatever they come out with next.
Sweet, man. Blaze, you back?
Yeah.
What's goody, my boy?
Just giving our summary or whatever.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Shout out to T-Rock with Super Chat saying, I have more hours in Dark Souls 3 than Brap has in From Software. Jokes, people. Oof.
Hey, he might not be lying, Luke. I think he's got like 500 hours in Dark Souls 3, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
awesome,
not.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got 560 hours in Dark Souls 3 PS4, so I respect it, bro. Anyway, yeah, my cousin got me into Demon Souls, the whole game. Like, he had imported it from Japan. This is way back when the PS3 launch. It was a few years after PS3 launch. He imports it from Japan. We couldn't even read the menus. We were just kind of going with the flow, and then he finally found like a page on the internet that was like kind of translating it. And of course, I think it was like a year later or something like that, Sony finally brought it to the States, and they had a proper copy for the United States and the UK and all that. But it was so niche at the time. You guys know how it was a Japan exclusive. But that's how I experienced Demon Souls first. And then from there, I went to Dark Souls, fell out of video games, just sold my PS3. I would ask my girlfriend for a PS3 every Christmas and sell it every other Christmas. Long story, not going to get into it. But then I seen, sorry, I didn't mean for that gunshot. And then I seen a,
wow, who was that for?
I don't know.
Damn.
And I seen Dark Souls 2 at GameStop. I said, wait, Dark Souls 2 is out? What? Like, I was so confused because I just had bought a PS3. I was getting ready to buy a PS4. Actually, I had a PS4. I was playing Dark Souls 2 while the PS4 was out. That's what I remember. Like, there was nothing. I was stuck on the PS3 playing Dark Souls 2. So I completed all of Dark Souls 2, probably 400 hours on the PS3, Dark Souls 2. Then transitioned, Bloodborne hit. I was like in love. Like, I couldn't believe this is an exclusive, and it's a From Software game, and it's a Miyazaki inspired game with his level design, and just awesome, right? Then Dark Souls 3 was just completely peak. Like, I completely lost my time in Dark Souls 3. And then, of course, I don't bring up Sekiro. Sekiro's a fucking trash ass easy game, but I'm not gonna bring that up.
Hey,
I don't know about that.
That's because you didn't beat it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I ruffled some feathers off.
I like the energy.
Sounds like someone who can't beat the game, but
He
if
can't
I
beat
speak,
it.
Because you know I can beat that game.
Can't beat
Man,
that.
if you don't cut it out.
There's no rolling in Sekiro.
Yeah, there's no resurrection stones when you die in Dark Souls either.
Still couldn't beat it. Damn. Hate to say.
Hey, can you creep
You
up on the
still
boss
couldn't-
in Dark Souls? Can you creep
Still
up on the
couldn't
boss
beat
and
it.
knock
Still
out a whole
couldn't beat
level?
it though.
I
Still
mean,
couldn't beat it though.
Can't.
if that, if
I
it's
never
easy,
even.
then
I
you
played
should've beat
3
it.
hours of Sekiro. That's it.
If
I
it's
I
easy,
wanted
then
to play it.
Wow.
I wanted to play it. I did, and then I kept seeing people's videos of them creeping up on bosses, like first try, and I'm watching their clip. It's them creeping up on a boss, getting one bar out, one red dot, and then they end up dying. Use their resurrection stone to come back and then beat them, and then they have the nerve to write
It's
one
not
try.
like-
I just got so turned off. I know it's pettiness, but that's why
It's not
there's
like you can
nothing
sneak
against
up
the
on
kid.
every single boss. Those are
No,
like
you
mini
can't.
bosses.
You really
No,
can't.
I understand. I understand that. I'm well aware of that, and I've seen Sekiro, the last bosses. I've seen Big Cloud play it.
Sword Taint.
There's some really hard bosses in that game. I'm just, I'm kind of
hard and memorable. Yeah.
But
it's still the hardest From Software game to me personally.
I
think it is too.
It game scarred me, man. That's how bad.
I really don't think so. That thing's a rhythm game, man. Listen.
Yeah. What he said.
That game. Listen, if you can parry, which you guys already know who you're talking to when it comes to parry.
Okay?
Listen. This game is an easy. This game would look. I'll eventually get to it, right, and beat it and all that. But I'm telling you. The game is cool. The only when I look back at it, issues I have with it, no co-op, but the big one for me, people keep saying Sekiro's the best combat system of all time. Then why the fuck was there no implementation of PvP if it has the smoothest, best combat?
That's a good point.
Like that's
not a bad point.
What? By the way, I'm a Fashion Souls guy. I love mixing. I love making tons of builds. I love trying tons of different outfits, and this helmet brings up arcane. This helmet brings up, there was none of that. It was just a bare bones Souls experience.
I hear what you're saying, buddy, but it's not a Souls game, and
so why are we classifying
it is a From Software game though?
Because it's a From Software game.
It's a From game.
Okay.
It's
not a Souls game. I've been saying that. Thank you.
It's also,
it's
also
not
a spiritual successor to Tenchu as well.
And it's like for me, I hear you about the fashion. The cool thing about Sekiro, because I played on console, like if I played on PC, I could have had outfits, right? But I played on console. The cool thing about Sekiro is that they had these boss rushes, and if you completed them, you got like really cool outfits, so you could like show them off. So I completed every single one of those. Except for the one that doesn't reward you with anything, the one where it's like every single boss in a row. I'm like, I'm not doing that without an reward. So, like, I personally think Sekiro has the best combat. It's the combat that worked the most for me because I do way better against humanoid bosses versus the giant particles and effects that are like the bigger bosses and stuff. So, Sekiro is my favorite. Sekiro was like the least stressful for me. And I got through it like the fastest out of.
Okay, what does that say about the game? That clearly tells you that it's the easiest game.
No, it's not.
But like,
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know what we're doing here, Chief.
How can you tell me that it's less stressful than any Souls game and you got through it the fastest, but it's not the easiest?
Okay, so as I stated before, I said for me it's the least stressful, and I got through it the easiest because I just do better when it comes to learning patterns. And like that's kind of my thing. Like that's my forte, learning patterns. I'm really good at that, and I'm better at human bosses versus the bigger bosses. So for me, I prefer Sekiro based off those elements. For other people, Sekiro is extremely difficult for them for whatever reason. I don't, I'm not going to get into the reasons. I don't know what the reasons are, but at the same time, you can't say a game is easy if you haven't beat it. Like that's just how I feel about it. You actually got to go through the entire experience and be like, okay, definitively this is easy, or definitively this is hard. But like at the end of the day, everyone's experience when it comes to these games is going to be different. We all struggle on different bosses, or we all breeze through different bosses. Like my buddy Zocker, he hit me up. He's like, dude, I'm having a really hard time with Estelle. And I was like, yeah, I beat Estelle's ass. Like I beat Estelle's ass with my strength build, It was like easy as fuck to beat Estelle. But then it's like he would have had an easier time with other bosses too. And it also really, like, at least in Elden Ring, really depends on like your build and stuff. But for every FromSoft game, what boss is difficult or how difficult the game is going to be like really based on the individual. I don't think the Nameless King is that hard. It's just his first phase is annoying. But like everyone was saying, Nameless King, hardest boss in the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just
different for everyone.
I mean, Nameless King was tough. Dark Souls 3 DLC, Ring City in particular, was very tough too. But
I shout out to Sycamore, who's been a scumlord for 9 months, saying, "Man, get this man off the panel." Yeah.
You're lucky you're a member. I'd boot your ass.
All right, shout out to my boys. All right, Erica. Experience with the Souls franchise.
Yes. Okay, so I started with Bloodborne, then went on to Dark Souls 2. That was my first Souls. Beat that. Then went to Dark Souls 3 because it came out like right after. And then went to Dark Souls 1. And then it was Sekiro, right? Yeah. And then Demon Souls Remake. And then here we are with Elden Ring. So I kind of went in a kind of weird order. I will say real quick on the Sekiro thing. I know we're not going to keep on it too long, but Luca pretty much said the reason like why people do find a harder time. Because I struggle more with the human bosses. So Sekiro was very difficult. And especially since you had to like learn the rhythm. And I wanted to play like a Souls game. I wanted to wrap around. I wanted to wrap around, hit him from the back, hit him in the butt, you know, and you just couldn't do that. So I struggled with Sekiro personally. That's probably arguably the hardest one.
Yeah, Demon of Hatred. See, the thing is, Demon of Hatred and
the apes.
The ape. Yeah. At first, I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what is this ape? Like, this completely goes against the philosophy of the game." But then I was just like, "Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It actually fucking doesn't."
No, because you parry the sword move and all that,
and you can parry him.
It's crazy.
And, like, you just gotta parry him in his first phase too. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, ape, got it. Demon of Hatred, I'm still not like 100% about the Demon of Hatred.
You had to use the hat for him.
Yeah, it was I mean, like, I was running it with the Demon Bell active, so I couldn't use that strategy the way I wanted to. So, but yeah, shout out to you, Erica. You know, I totally hear you. Like I said, it really, I can't stand beast bosses. That shit is so damn annoying for me. I'm like, why is there particles in my fucking face, man?
Their big ass
tails. Dark Souls 2 is hard?
Which one?
Dark Souls 2. That's the hardest Souls game to me, just because of how they placed enemies.
Yeah.
That was my first one, so
that was my first Souls game.
It was hard to me. It was hard to me, especially losing your health and stuff like that.
That's the other thing, Erica. Great point. Every time you die in Dark Souls 2, your health starts dwindling down until you fix it. Use a human effigy. You know what I mean?
It was tough. I struggled.
Honestly,
I would say 1 was still the hardest. Was to me personally was a little more difficult than 2, but that's just me.
Well, I would say for me, I think each game has an element where I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, each game had that, like for me, I would say probably Dark Souls, but solely because Dark Souls had some bullshit areas, you know, like the Tomb of the Giants, bullshit. Lost Izalith, mega bullshit.
They love their
Bed of Chaos. Super bullshit. So like all of that shit was very aggravating. But the game I was most frustrated with and the angriest with was probably Dark Souls 3 because that was my first one. So
yeah, that plays a part too. Whatever your first one is, I feel like that could really play a part because you're new. You don't know what you're doing, and it's tough at first.
Yeah. Plus, also, real quick, but also, by the time I got to Dark Souls 2, I had played all the other games, and I was like so fatigued, so I can't even remember anything about that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, that's my shining. I know it's the ugly duckling of the series, but that game means so much to me because it came at a perfect time in life. But yeah, I think a lot of the majority of the community like Bloodborne's where they started, so it's their favorite. You know, it's a Sony exclusive on top of that, and that's usually where they started, or they started at Elden Ring. Like, seriously, like Elden Ring, a lot of people that wouldn't touch these type of games jumped in it just because it seemed too familiar to them. Like, oh, open world, oh, you know, a bow and arrow guy, oh, magic guy, like, you know, it just seemed inviting, you know. But
a lot of my boys were like, why didn't you get the game on Xbox? Because none of you play Souls games. I didn't know you were gonna fucking get it on Xbox. That's why.
PlayStation is where the community is at for that.
I mean, where the community is? Connor, we haven't played together. Erica got that shit on PC, and so did Blaze. Fuck how about that?
I got it on console. What's up?
I got it on PS5.
I got it on PlayStation 2.
Luca, I got a review copy of the game.
No, I know. I'm just
but
around.
I did jump on the PS5 version and beat it too.
Yeah, we played
together.
together.
I played with you.
Yes,
you helped me out. You know?
Actually, Blaze is the only one I played with. So Erica, I'm looking at you now.
Yeah, you know, I've been on the PC lonely.
I might call upon you on New Game Plus, like how you helped me with Demon Souls on New Game Plus.
Man,
right, see you later, Mizzo. Have a good night. Yeah,
I should have went PS5, but look, PC
you should have went PS5.
I couldn't wait.
I don't know. PC performance is great.
That was definitely in the move though. PS5. That was the move.
Yeah, I kind of messed up there. I'm lonely. I'm lonely over there.
Because I just started a PC build, so I'm on my way.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, I got an Xbox build too. So, all right, Ryan, experience with the franchise.
All right, the first one was Bloodborne. That was when it got me into it. Platinumed that. Moved on to Neo. Finished that. Platinum that out the way. Then after Neo, jumped to Sekiro. Of course, Platinum Sekiro, fantastic game. Neo 2, same thing. Then
I didn't
we
know we were
got
talking
into
about
Demon
Neo
Souls.
today.
I didn't know we were talking about
Oh,
bootleg Souls
I'm
games.
just, I'm just
yeah.
throwing all of them.
Come on, come on now.
I'm throwing-
Yeah, that's
throwing-
facts. No, that's facts.
I
I'm
love
throwing
that.
everything. I'm just
This
throwing
man
everything
padding
into
his
the mix
list?
here.
What's
I'm just throwing
happening
everything
over
into
here?
the list here. 'Cause, just
Great
make a
game.
point.
Okay.
Now I know I said From Software games. I don't know.
This man padding his list. Okay, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
just
Anyway,
From Software.
moving on from that. Moving on. I'm just going down the list. Demon Souls remake, and I started Dark Souls 3, did not finish Dark
so
Souls
that's why
3.
he's padding the list.
And
He
after
hasn't-
the- sorry,
that's
he
fine.
hasn't
after Dark
finished
Souls 3,
That's
and after
fine.
Dark Souls 3, went to Elden Ring, assholes, platinum Elden Ring, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, Big Cloud will go back and play Dark Souls.
I
1, 2,
will,
and
I
3.
will, because I'm not you. I don't stop at
I
Sekiro
beat
to
all the
talk
Souls
shit.
games
You ain't beat
multiple
Sekiro, now
times.
shut your fucking mouth.
Damn.
All
Bro,
right,
I'd
so,
rather not play Sekiro.
I'd rather you shut
than
up and
not
beat
play.
Sekiro.
Call yourself
put
a
your
Souls guy and not play
motherfucker.
any of the Souls games.
Have you beat Sekiro?
Yeah,
Like,
you
how you
can't.
gonna-
You can't.
Have you
How
beat
are you
I
a
mean, I'm
Sekiro?
sorry.
Souls guy when you
Like,
haven't beat Dark Souls?
I ain't
1,
say I'm a
2, or
Souls
3?
guy.
Wait,
That's
wait,
why I
guys,
like
guys.
Souls games.
Yeah, I mean, you can't call yourself a Souls guy unless you beat the Dark Souls games because it's like in the name. So you could be like, I'm a FromSoft fan though, but
Yeah.
Man, so
Uh,
triggered. You know he can't beat Sekiro.
no, he's good. Like Blaze got it. All right, go ahead,
He's so,
Connor.
he can't beat Sekiro.
I'll try to
He-
keep
he
it.
got
Sekiro
it.
was
I want to
easy.
get into the game. My dad actually
Okay.
introduced me to the series back in 2012 after Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011. So started with Dark Souls 1, moved on to Dark Souls 2, 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, obviously Elden Ring, which I just beat earlier today. The only one I haven't touched yet is the Demon Souls remake. I haven't touched that at
All
all
right,
yet.
sweet. Let me know if you get into it. I'll drop you some stuff.
Oh, I will.
All right, bet. Let's go ahead and talk about fucking Elden Ring, man. That's what everyone's here for. Okay, so Elden Ring. How do you guys feel about the Dark Souls formula in an open world? Go ahead, start Alton, and then we'll just go down the list. It'll be Alton, Blaze, Enrique, Erica, Ryan, and Connor.
I think they nailed it. I think they did a fantastic job. Just the fact that you can literally, walk out and go whatever route you want, fight whatever boss you want. You might have a hard time fighting certain ones, but it's just, I think did a great job. I think it can be a little overwhelming at first because you're more used to the more linear, style of play for all the other Souls games and just From Software games in general. But I think they did a fantastic job. The world is beautiful. There's so much different sceneries. The caves, I think that they nailed it when it comes to the open world.
Okay.
All right, Blaze.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, this game, when you get stuck somewhere in Dark Souls, you kind of stuck there until you can farm a little bit. You can go run through the same levels you ran through, but usually you're stuck until you get through the fog door and beat the boss. This game says, well, if you can't beat that boss, you can go. It's just, when people said this game was like, oh, come on, Blaze, it's an open world game. Like welcome to 2020, like game's been doing this for years. It's like, it's just, when it makes sense and when From Software is doing it, it makes sense because these games usually restrict you in that aspect where you would hit a boss and you're stuck on that boss until you get through it. But now this game says, well, you can't get through that boss, you can proceed wherever you desire. Like if you want to go do catacombs, all the little caves, if you want to, it's just, you open the map, it's dark. Even when you find the map, it opens it, but there's no direction, and it was just so refreshing to experience that, because like Dark Souls games don't hold your hands already. And then it was Miyazaki's level design. All that was still there. It was just in a much wider scope, like there are super memorable areas and bosses in this game. It's just on a much bigger scale. And that's what I used to love about Dark Souls game was the level design. And Elden Ring absolutely nails it, man. There's some beautiful area. I know like it don't get the reputation as a beautiful game, but this game is pretty as hell, man. Like there's some areas where I'm like, wow, this is cool. Yeah. Just there was some areas that were Bloodborne-esque. There was some areas that were just reminded me just like a lot of inspiration from all the games combined. And it was just a great experience, like this is my third playthrough. I beat it twice on PC. I'm on PlayStation. I beat it platinum. I just love this game. It's going to go down as my favorite probably my favorite Souls game just because there's so many different ways you can go about things. There's so many different builds you can do. And I know this Dark Souls 3 has a bunch of builds, and so do the other ones, but there's so much you can do in this game. And the value is just is screaming. And every time you thought you had a grasp on the map, every time you thought you knew like, this is the end game, this is where I got, the map just kept expanding and getting bigger, and this secret, and then that's a secret, and then you can like, it's just ridiculous.
All right, Erica.
Not Brap. It's my turn.
Oh, my bad. Enrique, go ahead.
No, Erica can go. That's good. That's cool. Ladies first. Go ahead, Erica.
Okay, so yeah, I agree with Blaze a lot with the whole how beautiful this game is. The open world, I mean, it just goes on and on. Like, just when you think it doesn't get any bigger, it gets bigger and bigger and deeper. It just keeps going.
Jesus.
And you know, you got the underground areas, you got the pretty beach areas and the snow, and it's just, there's so many different areas. They really nailed it. I agree with Alton too. Like, they nailed having that Dark Souls spirit, but you have these other aspects of like Sekiro with the stealth, and then you got different things from all the games that are kind of bundled in, like the best parts of those games, and then you put it in an open world, and they nailed it. Like, it works. And not having your hand held, again, like Blaze said with the map, like you got to open up the map. It's dark. You don't know where you're going. And it just, it's pretty awesome. It's kind of what we expected, what I expected going in, not having my hand held and just kind of being thrown in and just checking out all the areas and being able to explore and just find things that maybe someone else didn't even see yet. And that it happened exactly that way. Like, I would go on Twitter and I would be seeing clips of people, you know, in random areas of the world or like random bosses. I'm like, I haven't even seen that yet. And I'm like 50 hours in. And still to this day, there's areas I still haven't seen. And it's just, it's insane. Like, it's so huge. And I know we're going to talk about the bosses later. But there's a good variety of enemies, good variety of areas. Yes, there's bosses that repeat. We'll talk about it. But overall, I mean, we're talking like, again, Miyazaki's vision and like how he intertwines the world and how the layers of the world is just insane to me. How it connects, and it was just very impressive. I knew it was gonna be impressive, but to see it, and then I'm like, damn, this is amazing. Like, can it get any better than this? And then an hour later, I'm finding something else, and it's like even better and better and better. They knocked it out the park with the open world for sure.
Sweet. Shout out to Lionel Super Chat saying, "No Souls originals." Shout out to the gamers who played Demon Souls day one. Shout out to you, brother.
Came in late, Lionel.
Yeah, it's Blaze did. He probably did come in late. All right, so Enrique.
Yeah, so I agree with what Blaze and Cuts were saying about the execution of the open world. I was a little skeptical when they announced this game being kind of open world. Like, how's that going to work? And I was just blown away just by the diversity in terms of the biomes and, you know, the different landscape and you know, and variety of experiences that you would have in that world. And it really kept me engaged. Like, and I would just go out and explore. Like Erica said, like, you would see people on Twitter post like something on a map and you'd be like, oh my God, where is that? Right. And you'd want to go and explore, figure where that's at. And you got to give hats off to Miyazaki and company, because I don't think open world games are easy to do. I like the fact that they, like Blaze said, like the map was dark, and if you went and explored, like when I first accidentally got warped into, I think, what is it? Is it Caelid, where that there's like a town or something where a bunch of magic guys are. I forget the name.
Yeah,
but
Caelid.
Yeah, but in Caelid, like I was just exploring, right? Just happen to be exploring, open up a chest, think I'm getting an item, and I get warped into this cave, and I shouldn't have been there, and I'm hauling ass. I'm like, I'm gonna die, right? And I think that's where I found that rot summon, by the way.
Me too.
Yep. And to me, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I just through curiosity and exploration was rewarded for that, and I loved that because had I not opened that chest and been transported to the other side of the map, which I probably had no business being in at the time, early in game, I would have never discovered that rot summon. Which, that's another conversation about that summon. But and thank you for that tip, Luca, by the way, because I was like, yes, I have it. I'm going to use it. But I love the exploration. I loved how the game rewards you for going off the beaten path and exploring, because the game will reward you with things, whether it's Ashes of War or different farming areas, and they just knocked out of the park. I think the one thing that this game does for the Souls games, and I heard a lot of people compare this to like Breath of the Wild in a ways, and what Breath of the Wild did for Zelda, in terms of just taking this game into just another stratosphere, and not the game, but taking the franchise, the Souls franchise, and just into a completely different stratosphere now by introducing this open world. And I'm excited to see what else they come out with in terms of DLC, because that's coming.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's going to be other areas that open up, like the underground areas, right? That you don't even know exist when you fire up the game for the first time, and then you find out there's this whole other area, that's kind of underground that you can explore. Yeah, it's just it was so good, and I felt like the game didn't. Suppose I feel like with open world games, I feel like it's too much of a chore. I haven't felt like this since probably The Witcher 3, where The Witcher 3 didn't feel like it was a big open world game, but I felt like it didn't feel like a chore. I felt like a lot of Geralt side quests made sense to me, and I feel like a lot of the side quests that I was doing in this game made sense. They really tied into who I am as a character, as the Tarnished. And I think this game just is doing what Breath of the Wild did for the Zelda franchise and taking to the next stratosphere. I think this game's done that for Souls.
They took a chance and they nailed it. Their first time doing an open world game. And they did an amazing job. So
no, they really did. Yeah, they did. And there's some interesting, and there's some interesting characters and NPCs that you meet, again, going off the beaten path. And I just it's my third favorite of the Souls games that I've played. But like I said, it's taking this franchise to the next stratosphere.
Did you guys, I have a quick question, like with the world and stuff. Did you guys ever kind of procrastinate, like opening up a new part because you didn't want it to end of like opening new things?
Yes.
That's a good sign. It didn't feel like a chore, right? It was like, oh, there's going to be this new area, but I also kind of don't want to do it because it's like, that's like the best part ever.
I was the opposite.
I was the opposite. I was
you just want to test yourself and get better gear.
I was like, damn, when is this game gonna be done?
I think I said that with Blaze.
I was kind of like Luca too towards the end game. Like,
don't get me wrong. Yeah, the end game, I felt a little like that, but like opening up the map, I mean, just that alone, like I just kind of was like, I don't want the map to end. You know,
I thought concentrated snowfield was the last area, and then next thing you know, there's the Helix tree, and I was like, what? You know what I mean? Just like, that area sucks. That's like the worst area in the game, I think.
Yeah, Helix tree is definitely the worst area in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I hate that.
That and Azula is just man.
We'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't like parkouring in Souls games. I'll just leave it at that. That's just not.
You don't like the platforming?
No, I don't like the. I mean parkour. Platforming. Yes, thank you, Eric. I don't like the platforming in Souls games. That's a little.
I mean, you were parkouring too, man, with that jump button.
Yeah.
2 and 3 they had the jump button.
Yeah, the jump was trash though in 2 and 3.
Yeah, I used R3 to jump. I never switched it to circle. Some people switched it to double, like you'd hit circle.
I didn't either. Yeah.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah. So one thing I don't like when games give you the illusion of an open world and you have those invisible walls and whatnot. The fact that this game just doesn't have that by itself, and there's so much freedom, like that you can just go wherever you want. You can use the stone keys and open up, different areas and all like different bosses. It really is one of the coolest like aspects about this game, and usually when you have an open world game, you typically get a little bored at times, right? Like you find like it's a little overwhelming depending on the activities. This one right here, it never felt like a chore. It never felt like you were hassled or anything like to do that. You almost felt like you were doing yourself a disservice by not actually going and fighting all the bosses because you never know what you're gonna fight. The difficulty spike in this game is really random. You'll go in one area, you'll probably, overpower them because you leveled up enough, right? And then you'll go into another area and you're barely beating this guy. Like it's that cool. Like I really dig that about the game. As far as where it rates, it's definitely one of my favorites. Yep. And by far, I would say this is my game of the year so far. It's just been that good of a game. Smooth sailing.
Sweet, man. Connor?
Yeah, like I said, I finished it today, 126 hours, 202. With that said, I think they did a pretty incredible job outright. For the most part, I would say that they were able to stay pretty tried and true to who FromSoft has always been in terms of not faltering or compromising their vision. I feel like this is the game Miyazaki exactly wanted to make, along with embracing a lot of modern aspects of video games in general. And I do think that there come some flaws with that, and we'll kind of get into that about embracing, modern open world standards, because I do think the media outright sort of blew the open world portion of this game a bit out of proportion. I do not think the open world is revolutionary. I think it's just new to FromSoft games. With that said, I love it. It's great. I had a fucking blast exploring this world. Like Blaze said, the game, visually fidelity isn't the highest quality, but the art direction in this is top fucking tier. From just the environment designs, from the underground levels, all of them feel all of them feeling a bit different. The giant golden Erd tree, especially later down the line when it's on fire, just how beautiful that looks. Boss designs I think are pretty good for the most part. Visually, Luca. We'll get into kind of how they are difficulty wise, but I think they look really cool. Overall, this is definitely a top contender for game of the year. But I think I want to kind of, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about the flaws of the game, because I do think it is not a perfect 10 out of 10 game like people are saying.
I just want to add something on to that, Big Cloud, what you said.
Huh?
Yeah.
About how Big Cloud said it doesn't you don't get overwhelmed.
The
problem with open world, Big Cloud, that was a great point, because when you open up a map in an open world game, the first thing you see is a bunch of shit telling you go
collectibles,
icons, right? That's the overwhelming thing about the open world games, because there's all these icons and question marks. You're like, dude, and as you're proceeding through the game, you start to get fatigued, and now you're seeing that you're spending all these question marks everywhere, and that's what breaks you down mentally.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it feels like filler. It feels like it's just it's padding.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man, Blaze. Remember how you had to get all the backpacks and all the
Assassin's Creed.
There you go.
All the feathers.
And I agree with that completely. Now let me ask y'all this. With this game, not everybody's beating it. Do you guys see yourselves going back to a linear style FromSoft game, or do you guys want to
see? That's the question I want to know.
Yeah,
I definitely will.
I go back to a linear.
I want them to go back to a linear. Yeah, I want.
You do. Okay.
I don't mind.
I'll get burnt out if they keep doing this.
I'm surprised everybody's having that.
No, because okay, and we'll talk about this, but the open world aspect of the game is great. There's a lot to do. It's they did a very good job designing all the areas, in my opinion. It was so cool because discovering
the underground map,
the underground maps, all the underground areas, and then the secret areas where Mog is, all that shit was so cool. But a way that this game suffers is because it's open world and there's so many areas. They had a lot of repeatable bosses, and we will talk about that.
We'll talk
about that in a moment. Wait, let me just finish. The reason why I wanted to go back to being linear is because I do feel like the boss design suffered because of the open world nature of the game. But go ahead, Connor.
No, that's what I wondered. That's what I wonder, Luca, because like we said, I think there are some pretty big flaws sort of in a lot of the boss designs in this game. But moving forward, if they decided to do a sequel, I could totally see, a game where they sort of, steam those edges out and sort of like really focus and hone in and maybe cut down the number of bosses in the game to where it feels more unique, to where it feels more, curated and authored. So
I agree with that. I will touch on that. I actually I did
did
do you guys see the screen? I did like a little.
I see it.
Yeah, shout out to you, Luca.
Yes.
You actually
So prepared.
Yeah, well
it.
prepared.
Yes.
Professional.
I would
It up
have
and
definitely
everything.
winged it, bro. I would have 100%.
I would have winged it too.
So I'm just really excited to talk about this guy. This with you guys. Okay, but yeah. So let's talk about some certain in-game areas. Like, let's start with Haligtree and then Mountaintops of the Giants, Fair Missoula, and then Land. Actually, let's do Leyendell, Mountaintops of the Giants, Haligtree, and Fair Missoula.
Yeah.
So Leyendell first. Honestly, Leyendell's probably my like favorite area, like in the main campaign. I
Pretty
really,
cool.
it was, it really harkened back to a traditional Dark Souls level for me, and I really just enjoyed running around and discovering the new areas that are associated with it. It's discovering that there was an underground area in Leyendell was,
that was sick.
insane. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? Like it was just very enjoyable for me. Fuck those knights though, like no joke.
Those nights were no joke.
So much poise.
Yeah.
So much damn poise, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how I felt about Leyendell. And then for
those knights.
they were just even with my in-game builds, I'm like,
yes,
bro, like,
they
what
still
the fuck,
poise
man?
through it and shit in your mouth. Yeah, absolutely.
And Crucible Knights, don't get me started on the Crucible
Oh my
Knights.
god.
Crucible Knights, listen, I got no problem with him. I made him my little bitch toy parry him.
Okay. I don't know how to parry, so I was struggling.
Yeah.
No, it's funny in one area where he's like, you're in that small little
that
it's like
confined
confined space he goes through when he tried to do his special move.
No, he's tough. I'm just saying, like I conquered him. I feel really good. But those knights still killed me a bunch of times because I'm like, I'm way too high level. I'm just gonna power through. Nope.
Must say, Blaze, you cringe. We had to fight him and the other Crucible Knight at the same time. That double.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of separate yourself from him, and then it's hard to do. But once you separate them, bro, Crucible Knight has a flaw, man. He was so parryable. Like if you guys pay attention, not every swing I tried to parry, just certain swings.
Yeah,
I would go for. I posted the video on just the one-on-one fight, but yeah, those knights, man. God, poise.
Just so much fucking poise, dude. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
But Mountaintop of the Giants, I was like under leveled when I got there. I turned my ass around. I was like, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, let me get out of here. I was just like, bro.
Especially when you get to that pelican thing, Luca.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The forest of like all the dead giants. That's just like a really great art piece. That was great.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So, and then there was Haligtree.
Fuck
Haligtree.
That place.
How many times did you guys fall in that place?
I've fell at least like 20.
I fell a couple times.
I would like to talk about the roly-poly pillow monsters.
With the flutes?
With the flutes?
Yeah.
Oh, those dudes?
Can we talk
I hated them.
Can we talk about like the really, really, really big one?
Big one.
The one that just rolls. Yeah.
Where,
Wait, the one that shoots like has
giant
the big,
bubbles.
huge horns.
They all shoot
Yeah.
bubbles. Yeah.
and
He
like,
shoots
I'm
The big
talking. It
ones.
had
Huge
really
ones.
huge bubbles, and like as you were going down, there's also the flowers that rot you. So I got
Oh my
rotted
God.
and killed by those bubbles immediately. I was like, what the
Luca,
fuck?
those flutes, so you can farm all of them. So I finally farmed the big one. They
really strong,
all
I heard.
first of all of them hit like trucks. Doesn't matter. But I got
Yeah.
the big one, and I went to a giant. I spec my shit up to faith and whatever, dude. I'm telling you, big bosses like big area effect bosses, they melt. Like I'm talking.
I saw a video of someone doing that.
Fonz. That's what Fonz was using.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a video of someone doing that. They took
I heard
out
the
a
really
boss's
big horn
neck.
is like a super rare drop though. It's like it almost never drops from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
it took me like 30 tries, and then
Yeah.
finally dropped it.
Man.
Yeah, Haligtree was
That
interesting.
place-
Hell,
that place-
I like-
those damn ants were there too.
Damn ants.
The ants, yeah, the ants.
Wait,
I was
and-
All
impressed.
the annoying enemies are there. The grasshoppers, those
Yeah.
Earth tree
grasshoppers in that
avatars,
crystal cave.
everything.
There's where else are ants? There where Fia is, where you fight.
There was
the
those blue
dragon.
crystals.
Yeah,
Ladies?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. And you had to pass some of them because they're on the branches or whatever, and you're like
Yeah.
trying to get somewhere, and it's like these
Like-
big ass ants. I'm like, really?
And like the rot knights too, like in the little that little house, the little building. There's like
Yeah.
Yeah, the rock
in
knights,
there.
right? Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
hiding
they're like just like.
I had issues with the fucking 2 mages that were just like la di da chilling on the bridge. I'm like, bro, like get away from me, man. Like, what the fuck?
And there was
that was tough.
there was one
That
area
and the
where like the
damn river
Erdtree
of
avatar
blood.
was at, and then they had like all the crossbow guys, and if you fall on the bottom, there's like you know what I mean? There's just
Oh
it's like
my Okay, hold on. Hold on. Allow me to break this down. Okay,
Go ahead,
first of
Luca.
all, the area was just full of like night enemies and little enemies.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. There's crossbows. Okay,
Yeah.
not one, two Erdtree guardians just chilling, just minding their whole ass business, wandering a fucking bout. All right. And then when you drop down, it's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's 5. 5 of those fucking creatures that just disappear in the ground, come back up, fucking multi-hit you, are just like chilling at the bottom. I was like, ayo, From Software, suck my dick. Fuck you.
And they have poison too, right? They poison you as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they do that
that
multi-arm attack that you can't really block. Fuck that.
Like, it's the disappearing that got me. I'm like, bro, like, cut that shit out right now. Right the fuck now, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that Halleck tree shit. That it was like, we're prepping you for Melania. We're prepping you for Melania, bitch. Like, you know, you think you're frustrated now.
She's annoying by herself.
Doesn't that map kind of sets the tone? I think you're right, Luca, with because that was probably the most difficult.
It was the most difficult for me.
Locations, yeah.
And
then Melania.
She was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the raw and we had those beast enemies. Those guys were kicking my ass.
How'd you guys feel about that dragon thing in the river rat?
The river rat?
Honestly, I have fought
so many dragons. Yeah, there's so many
dragons.
Yeah, which dragon?
He's talking about
it's like a
lizard.
Dragon Lord. It's like
oh, you're talking about the lizard.
The Dragon Lord.
Yeah. There's a name for him.
He like spits fire at you. Is that what you're talking about? Like
the one that drops a seed, the golden seeds every time you kill it.
No. Yeah, y'all talking about the fire one. Yeah, I'm talking about the one that's surrounded by.
Let me look up his name.
It's literally called Dragon Lord, and you're in the river of rot. It's like scarlet rot.
The dragon Noxtella, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that thing.
Paxella.
That guy.
Yeah. Honestly,
I didn't fight him.
We're gonna talk.
Oh, he was great. He was great.
Yeah, he didn't fight
the one in Caleb or
Lake of Rot. We'll touch on that in a
The
second.
rot, yeah.
But yeah, fuck Halleck tree. And then okay, actually, Halleck tree was like so annoying that Farah Missoula wasn't even as irritating afterwards. I was like, you know what, whatever, dude.
That's the second most irritating area in this game, though.
I will say this about Halleck.
I fell a couple times there.
Yeah, that place was just amazing.
It was rough. Those enemies.
I got lost. So
I got lost too, Luca. Yeah.
I will say this: when you beat Halleck tree, you kind of have the sense you can
it's cool looking
at that point because like really nothing really surprises you afterwards.
Yeah,
like all the other ones.
Yeah,
that's where you did you guys fight Dragon Lord Palace?
Yes,
we will talk about that when we get to the boss section.
Badass.
All right,
that was a great fight.
Great fight. I agree. I really liked it. All right,
cool.
Mogwin Palace.
It's okay. I like it. It's a good
farming
spot.
Okay.
Great farming spot.
Those spirit summoning red dudes that summon the giant fucking skeletons, those things kept one-shotting me. I was like, bro,
those skeletons are no joke.
I was like, get me out of here, dude. Like, what the fuck?
I went there pretty early for the somber the smithing stone, the ancient dragon smithing stone.
Yeah.
For like the boss weapons. So I went there early and it was a terrible experience because I was just getting one hit by everything. But when I went there to fight Mog, like when I was like in the hundreds, it was a breeze. I just smashed on everything there.
Yeah, smash Mog too.
Yeah. Mog's a weird guy in the lore.
Let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. I'm gonna
Luca go first.
Ahead.
I want to hear Luca first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add all the bosses so we can just talk about them.
Oh, you already got them? Oh, wow.
Like in order. Let's see here. These are all the main bosses that you have to defeat, and then Melania. Actually, you don't have to defeat these bosses.
Yeah, Melania.
Melania is awesome.
They should have made Melania.
I'm not
mandatory, honestly.
I agree.
Melania should have been the last boss.
No, I'm saying you don't have to fight Margit. Like you don't have to fight some of these bosses.
You technically don't have to.
Yeah, like
you only can fight them once. Yeah,
you just need two runes or great runes or whatever. Okay, so there's Melania. Who was the other? optional boss? All the dragon bosses. I can't
The
remember.
Dragon Lord, right?
dragon skin, or not dragon skin. No.
There's a lot of
There's two
side
optional
bosses.
dragon ones, I think. Secret
Yeah.
ones, I mean.
Secret ones. Hold on. Let me just.
The two.
Yeah, Dragon Lord. Yeah, Dragon
I gotta
Lord
go back and find
Politics.
these dragons now.
They say Dragon Lord look because one was Dragon Lord with the 2 heads, and then
Yeah, and then there was another one. There's like a black
All
and
right.
red one.
So yeah, ancient dragon Landsex, and then the lich dragon Fortisex, and then Dragon Lord Placidusex.
Yeah, classic.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just come back to that later. Anyway, so who's that? Who's driving?
that would be.
It's probably my background.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Since it's you, Mother, I will let it slide. Okay. If it had been anyone
Mother.
else, if it had been
I love
anyone
that.
else.
Listen, these neighbors of mine, they're gone now.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about like general feelings, and then we'll go
Right.
over each boss and like our thoughts on it. Okay. So generally speaking, personally speaking, I made a post about this on Twitter that like got a lot of attention. I had to mute that shit because people were triggering me in the replies. I personally, in my opinion, do not feel that Elden Ring has any bosses that are memorable in a positive way for me, except for Malekith and then Dragon Lord Placidusex. I liked those two fights.
Yeah.
Every other boss had me like, bro, like, you know. There were certain bosses, when I say they're not memorable in a positive way, they're memorable in a negative way. Melania and fucking Radon, and I'm talking Radon before they fucking nerfed him. Okay?
Yeah.
So when,
Gonzo.
you know,
Oh God.
okay. Personally, that's just how I feel. I kind of don't even like. I'm running through it on New Game Plus to try out different builds. I'm having fun with that, but I'm also kind of like, I'm kind of bored because I don't want to fight these bosses again because I'm not interested. I'm not interested in fighting these bosses again. Like, it doesn't entice me to fight them. So, in my opinion, I think Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 did a better job with making bosses that I like still remember fondly to this day.
Yeah, I
and
agree with
that's
that.
just
They're all unique
that's
in their
just
own way.
my fucking
Yeah.
opinion
I agree with that.
on the fucking bosses. All right. So
Right.
I also think another negative aspect is that they repeated these bosses. Margit was repeated. Godric was repeated.
Godskin
Godskin
duo.
Godskin,
duo.
the
Oh,
Godskin,
Lord.
fucking. I think I fought the Godskin Apostle and Noble together
Like 3 or 4 times.
Like 4
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
multiple times. Fucking
Sentinel.
the
Tree
Red
Sentinel.
Wolf.
Street now.
Tree
Yeah.
the fucking Tree Sentinel. Do not
Yeah,
get me
Tree
started.
Sentinel.
All right.
Luca, do you know how
Dude.
mad I was when I was walking up to Malekith, the
And you can
Malekith
see
Black
this
Blade fight?
fucking- you fucking-
Yeah, there's a tree sentinel right there.
Yeah.
Chilling right
It's just a regular enemy this time, you know. So,
I know,
yeah.
you could just run past him. He just
I
stands
run
there.
past him.
Like,
Yeah, I ran past him.
Oh
He
no,
actually
I,
stabbed me to the fog door, by the way.
He drops a cool armor set though.
I fought him just to make sure I wouldn't get hit by him on the way into Malekith, because I need all my fucking healing. So they repeated like the majority of these the majority of the bosses. Okay, so even bosses you wouldn't think they would they repeated Estelle even. Okay, so I was like, holy shit, there's another fucking Estelle, really? So it's just like there's only a couple bosses that they did not repeat. That's Malekith, Melania, Radon, Fire Giant,
Godfrey.
No,
Godfrey had a spear,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Godfrey had a spirit you fought
Godfrey
again.
had a spirit,
Yeah.
man.
Godfrey had a
He's
spirit,
spirit.
yeah.
So man, which is like Radagon and Elden Beast, which are the downsides for me. So if you guys just negative aspects of the bosses, I personally, in my opinion, feel that some of the bosses were designed with the team like, oh my god, they're like speed running through the game in like an hour or something on fucking YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh my god, they're saying this game is so easy. Like, they were looking at the people who were like in the low percentage god tier version, right? They were looking at them saying, damn, they're making the game look easy as fuck. We're gonna add bullshit mechanics to certain bosses. Radon as a spectacle is very, very cool.
He's a cool
The
looking boss, I
concept
agree.
of
Really cool.
Radon and you summoning people and it being this epic boss fight, very, very cool.
That was
Radon
cool.
being able
Cool
to fucking
story too.
two-shot you? I was like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
my health bar, where is it, man? Like, I was
You said
pissed.
2-shot.
I was
You
fucking
mean 1
pissed.
shot when he
One
turns into a
shot.
meteor?
Bro, I was, bro,
Yeah.
you're right. I was mad.
Gotta
all right?
dodge it.
I think even though I enjoy Malekith's boss fight, I have a lot of fun with Malekith.
His second phase,
Malachi being
the
able to
pain.
fucking drain your
Very
health
much.
as he's
Yeah.
jumping on the fucking pillars. I'm like, can you
Mhm.
stop
It
rolling?
was that
Stop
it's that
moving.
multi slash thing he had.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
oh,
little
Yeah,
wave,
that's
what- yeah.
that death wave thing he does, which
Like,
also
cut
Yeah.
that shit out, Malekith. Being able to drain your health, bullshit. And then Melania, okay,
Oh.
it's one thing for that bitch to apply rot to you. Okay,
She doesn't
that's
heal.
one thing,
It's not
right?
the heal.
Her being able to heal herself for every hit, bullshit.
I
Fucking
thought it was
bullshit.
That by the way was so obnoxious. Like I would block, and I'm like, wait a minute, why I blocked her attack and her health is regenerating? Like
It's
why?
bullshit, man.
How?
Yeah.
I wish they
That
made
was
her
fun.
mandatory, honestly, because that
I thought she should be the
test.
last boss.
Yeah,
No,
that
Enrique,
would be like
that
the true test
fucking-
for like people.
that
That
fucking
skip her
grab.
game.
Gives her.
I kind of like it
90%
though
health
that she's
back.
like this side.
She's one of my
boss.
favorite bosses in the game, even though she was.
She is one of my favorite bosses.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melania can suck my dick, bro. But anyway, moving on from that, listen, all I gotta say is that, like, I'm not even, like, I wasn't even angry while fighting her. I was just kind of like, okay, this is.
I'm
I
just
mean,
annoyed at this point. I've been on this boss for how
like-
long now?
Wait, Luca, do you think she is a memorable boss for you only because like of I guess the bullshit associated?
I mean,
with her?
honestly, for me,
Negative
she's memorable
things.
in a negative
Negative,
way.
yeah.
Because I was
Right.
like, what were they thinking with this? Like, this
Yeah.
is bullshit. And it's like, at the end of the day, I beat her. I was able to out DPS her as she was healing. Like, I just
Yes.
I had a big fucking sword. I was like, boom, I out DPS'd her. All right, I was able
Did
to
you
do
use the
that.
spirit?
Yeah, I had fuck yeah, I had my
No,
fucking
I
spirits
did.
coming.
I had to.
Yeah,
on her,
fuck yeah,
dude.
man. I'm
I
like,
tried
yeah.
to find her, but I could
Mimic
not.
tier. We'll talk about mimic tier.
I didn't
yeah,
use that now
we
once.
will definitely talk about
We
that,
will
right?
definitely talk about
But
that.
yeah, so fuck Melania. Like I wasn't even angry while fighting her. I just sighed. I was just sighing. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, man, whatever. So yeah, anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, so that's pretty much like I really liked Margit's boss fight, and then as soon as I realized that Morgott was the last the boss standing in the way, I let out a sigh. I was like, oh, it's Margit again. This is the third
Mhm.
time I fight him.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
Yeah.
even enjoy the fight because of that shit. Godric, great boss fight, and then I found him in a fucking jail, like one of the
Yeah.
jails that you. I was
Yeah.
like, bruh,
Yeah.
Red Wolf or Radagon, there are red wolves just wandering around as regular enemies.
Yeah.
I
They
like
are, yeah.
I liked Renala. I did.
She was
I thought she
fine.
was so
She was
easy.
good.
It was okay.
She was
She was
pretty-
easy though.
She was super
Unique
easy.
fight,
All you had to do was
though.
kill the
Unique fight.
students.
Yeah.
Uh, she was-
Spectacle wise and looks and all
Yeah,
that. She
spectacle.
was
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
really
exactly, yeah.
dope. Godfrey,
Chris
first
said-
Elden Lord as the Golden Shade, easy
That
as
was
fuck.
fine.
I
That
was
fine.
like-
Yeah.
Whatever.
Godfrey? Oh yeah.
Morgott was, I mean, what? Like I said, by
That
the
was
time I
fine.
got to him, I was just tired. I was like, whatever, dude. Fire Giant. Okay, listen. I multiple times I got the Fire Giant to like a slither of health, and then he would kill me.
Yeah.
He's just annoying because he just kept rolling around. I'm like, stop
Yeah.
fucking rolling. Please stop rolling.
Well, there's all those
Yeah.
rocks and
And
stuff.
all
you
the-
gotta
yeah, they
like
go for the
hop
stump.
over.
And he
And
then
kept
he has
getting like
those-
stuck on fucking rocks.
then his
dude.
big
That shit was
shield.
trash, bro.
And then those
That shit
those
was trash.
fireball things that follow you.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, annoying as fuck. Godskin duo. By the time I got to them, I had been like
Oh,
so
God.
exhausted by the Godskin.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's a tough fight. Anybody says it's
It
not a
is a
tough
tough
fight, they
fight.
co-op.
No, that's
It-
tough.
Yeah.
That's
That
fucking tough.
it is a tough fight. Especially you know what, it depends on your build because I fought them on New Game Plus with a magic build and it was like ace. I'll
Oh,
send
really?
y'all the clip.
I think
Yeah.
it's the fat one. That's the one. that
used,
gave me a hard
um,
time for the
yeah,
I
guy.
used
The
the
fat
whole-
one's
the-
The fat one's
the-
so annoying, dude. Forget.
Yeah,
But he does like a
rolls.
little
He's
belly
flat.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can like
he
interrupt you with the
blows up.
belly flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does
Yeah.
his belly like shoot out, and knock you down or something?
Like it
Yeah.
knocks you back, stuns
The-
you, and he'll go up in
The
the
other
air and,
one, the
like,
apostle, he's
so-
fine. He's not that bad.
It's just like I
Yeah,
said, by the
possibly
time
so.
I got to them, I had just been like, all right, man, I fought these guys like multiple times. It was just annoying that they had a huge health bar. And I
Yeah.
don't feel like they actually balanced the bosses. And that's another issue I have. For some bosses, I feel like they just threw two enemy designs together and we're like, we're not balancing this. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just throwing it in there. And we'll add one
Sometimes,
extra
yeah,
thing to make it work.
totally.
Like that's how I
You know
felt
what
with all
got
of
you know
them.
what got on my nerves about that, Luca? You know, like when you fight them again and like they keep resurrecting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Dude.
one was the most
Annoying as
annoying
fuck.
one.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and then
They literally
okay.
have no health, but you have to kill the other one.
You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
You
kill
know
kill
what I
the
mean?
other
Like,
one.
they,
You gotta
like
kill it, yeah.
both their health bars
Bullshit.
are empty, but you have to kill like the regular
Yeah.
enemy health bar. It's like, man, get this fucking shit out of here, man.
Did you
All
guys
right.
fight the Paradox Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we
Yep.
did. I really liked it.
That was a great
Yeah,
fight.
honestly, I don't know what it was. Maybe I had low vigor, but I just kept dying from his AoEs. Like that's it. It's not like he was
Yeah.
hitting me or any, like his little lightnings that would be on
Like-
the side.
Or
you have to roll.
when he has his fire breath, the like straight beam of
the
like,
beams
like
would
a
kill
laser.
you one shot. That honestly, Melania was. Listen, I'm not saying she was easy because she was tough.
She was.
Very tough. Beautiful boss. The second phase,
very
all the
beautiful, yeah.
butterflies.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah.
It's just.
I feel like she'd be
Yeah.
easier for you because you're good at parrying. Like I'm not good at PvP in this game, so it's just like no, I can't. Oh man, fuck this whore. But yeah. All right.
What do you guys think of Rykard?
I think he was cool from a spectacle.
Cool gimmick
He
fight.
was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
cool.
cool
I
for
like
that.
the gimmick.
Really
I like the
cool,
gimmick
yeah.
fight. Yeah,
Rykard,
cool, yeah.
Rykard has the coolest design in my opinion.
Oh,
he
he
looks
looks
fucking
disgusting.
sick, man.
Yeah, the
He
second
looks so
phase.
disgusting, dude. But in
how
a good
about,
way. You know what I mean? Like he just looks nasty. And just
When
like,
you go back there and you see the lady,
head.
Oh, she's just like Tanif's eating
Tanif.
him. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl,
What's the name of that dragon? The little scarlet rot looking one. It looked like it was made of. I forgot what it's called. It looks like it looks like a worm. It's like a weird dragon.
you mean like the 50 that you fight in the game?
Yeah. I'm like that was another
The one
one.
that drops the
really
golden
shit.
seeds, right?
Yeah.
Why don't I see? Why don't I see Mog over here? Because he was
Yeah, Mog's another one.
I just put these are just the main
okay.
bosses. Mog actually okay, so who was I talking to you, Blaze? Like I beat Mog like legit. And I think Blaze, I think it was you telling me like, oh, people were cheesing him or whatever, and I was like, oh, really? Mog, I like Mog. Actually, if you beat Eleonora, she drops this the NPC invader Eleonora. She drops this tier that allows you to negate his Neil, or as he's like stealing.
Oh, that's she? No.
Yeah, as he's stealing your health.
Stealing your health, yeah.
You talking about the curse?
Yeah, the curse, like the hex he puts on you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, she really dropped. I didn't.
I didn't know she did that.
I mean,
too.
I didn't
I didn't know that
get-
either, yeah.
You know, you can get Mog's the shackle.
You can get the shackle too. I had that as well.
Yeah.
So Mog, like from a spectacle, pretty much all these bosses are lit from a spectacle design. Like
Yeah,
for the most part,
look great. A lot of them do. Look
The
great.
Just
lore
the
for them is
movesets and
actually
stuff
really
are
good
just
too.
kind of
like
spotty.
just kind of shaky. And then
Dude, even what's the name? He chops his arm off and he uses and he gets the
Bro.
dragon. That
I
shit
mean,
still
that
is
shit
dope.
was lit, man. It was
Yeah.
really,
Or
really
even
cool.
the fire giant tearing his leg off. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, he
like,
tears
and
it
like
like
the second eye opens up and you see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
when his second eye opened up and you damn, that shit was lit, dude. That shit was so cool,
It's like,
man.
oh, that's from the trailer.
I was like, I really,
Yeah.
really like that shit.
And then I think they did a really good job this time with like tying in some of the lore with the bosses. Like like Mog's is a really weird one when it ties into like Milliquen and that entire storyline. But I thought the lore was like Milliquen, whatever the fuck his name is.
Mikola?
Yeah, Miquelle.
Yeah,
I think it's Mikola, yeah. Who's in the little
Lania's brother.
cocoon?
yeah,
Yeah,
Mikola.
he's the guy that was supposedly in the cocoon. Some people
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that you're gonna fight him in DLC, but yeah.
That would
Watch it
make
be-
sense.
Watch
All
it be
right.
super hard.
And then there was
Right.
okay.
Like his
uh,
sister.
Let's see. Sir Gideon Cuckneer, the only no shits because
He
I
was
give
easy.
give him the
He was
energy.
easy.
What did you call him, sir? What?
Sir Gideon Cuckneer, the only no shit
Rooney.
because I tell him, all right? So fuck
You
him.
talking about that human dude?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him pretty
he was
quick.
easy. He was
Yeah,
pretty
Yeah,
easy.
he's easy.
And then listen, Godfrey first Elden Lord, Horror Low, what boom, 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 like in a row.
Yeah.
When he would just stomp his fucking foot down. I'm like, can you stop? Like,
Dude,
are you done?
listen.
Are you done?
He basically turned to
Listen.
Hercules from God of War. in the
That
second
Yeah,
shit
phase.
basically.
was fucking bro. That
Yeah.
I didn't have my dumbass decided not to increase my vigor. So that my first playthrough was no problem. The second playthrough I learned the hard way. I didn't put anything into vigor, and that fight right there. Though if I didn't dodge that perfectly, I was dead after 2 stomps. It was
Jeez.
so. It was
Yeah,
so bad.
that
And
listen,
it
shit.
staggers you after.
Fucking
It does
annoying.
stagger the shit out of you.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Elden Beast and Ragnon? Or
So
whatever
okay,
his name
I
I'm
think
a little underwhelmed by the final.
I like
yeah, I didn't
I
like
like,
the Elden
I
Beast
like
was kind of
Radagon.
weak.
Radagon was
Radagon
cool.
was cool.
The last boss
but
was trash.
the Elden
I thought
Beast,
Radagon was cool from a lore perspective, but
Yeah, it looked cool
Yeah.
in terms of the look. Like it looked.
And
Yeah, the look
music,
of it was great.
It had the main theme on it.
the
Yeah.
music was
It
so
was
good.
awesome.
But
Oh yeah.
I would say because the Elden Beast, like I was a melee build, so that motherfucker floating up in the air, floating in this fucking sea, and just it was annoying. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, stop moving.
It was hard to get in there. It was hard to
gotta
get in
look
there and
at,
do anything. It's just
I
like,
got him with the
dude.
poison things. Should fucking wreck them.
Yeah, so
I
the
was
Elden
just
Beast
the
was annoying.
quality builds. I was just fucking wrecking them.
I thought Radagon was harder than the Elden Beast. Honestly.
I thought
Which I
Radagon
feel
was
like-
easy as fuck, dude.
I feel like it
I thought
kinda
Radagon
went
was
down
pretty
the
easy,
same
yeah.
rabbit hole.
I mean,
it
like,
felt
you-
like dragons were like the main thing we fought aside from
Yeah.
everything.
He was easy. It's just that his splash damage and the
Yeah, it's
freaking
AOE for some of it attacks.
yeah, like you would think
Yeah,
you're
it was
gonna
no
miss
joke,
it, and it
Yeah.
nope, it gets you.
Nope,
And it's
yeah.
just it felt cheap sometimes to me, but I mean,
Yeah,
the last
whatever.
boss was super disappointing to me personally. I
Yeah.
just,
Very disappointing to me.
it was really
Pretty
to me. It
underwhelming.
was easy. Like it was just like this is it.
if you compare it to other games,
Moon Presence.
I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't even hold a candle. It
No.
doesn't even come close
Pre-
to the
The
other
moon present
end
was dope
bosses.
though. Look, you can't deny it.
I mean, the Moon
I like the-
Presence.
I like the Moon
cool to
Presence.
look
That
at,
was
but what's his
Yeah,
name?
it was-
Berman is a better end game boss fight.
I would
Oh,
agree with
Herman
that.
was
Herman's
lit.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, Herman's
yeah.
better because he gets off his
Yeah,
wheelchair.
they're
Like, holy
very cool.
shit! What?
Which shocked the hell out of me.
Right? And then he moves so fast. Like, wait a minute, old man. Like, what? How did that happen?
You mean
And
tell me
Lord
your
of
ass could
Cinder
fight
is
this
better,
whole
too.
goddamn
I
thing?
agree.
Yeah,
I really
Lord of
like.
Cinder was
I like
awesome.
Lord of Cinder a lot.
Love that boss.
Music,
Yeah.
everything. Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
So
Yeah.
So
good.
Luca, you said like something about like the diversity of bosses in this game not as good as other games, Souls games.
Yeah.
And I would agree with that. Like if I think about Bloodborne, right? There's so many different variation varieties in terms of boss, from Father G to
Just more
Nikolaj
author.
to what's the who's the one? What's the hell is
Vicar
that lady's
Amelia?
name?
I
Yeah,
love
Vicar Amelia.
Amelia was
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, Father G.
Yeah, it's just like for
Bloodstock
me.
Beast.
For me,
My
it's
favorite.
like I understand that you
Yeah, I love
know
Bloodstock Beast.
there's the Chalice dungeons. I didn't play the Chalice dungeons. I was like,
You
I'm
played
not
the
doing
Chalice
that.
ones?
No,
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
either.
no, I'm
I
not
didn't
doing
really
that.
fuck with
I'm
them.
not.
Dude, you
that
could, like-
shit's boring as fuck,
They
dude.
suck.
There were certain
That's
rooms
dudes
you
did
get
that for the
out of
platinum,
those
really.
for the
Yeah, it's just for
out
the
of Chalice
trophies.
ones.
Yeah.
That's why I do them.
Like I understand that, but I'm like, gun to my head, you couldn't get me to play the fucking Chalice dungeons. No fucking way, dude. But I was having a conversation about someone with this, and he was mentioning like, oh, other FromSoft games, they've done repeatable bosses. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but it's the sheer amount, it's the sheer
Amount.
quantity.
Yeah.
The
Because
amount of
There's a
times.
lot. Yeah.
there are less than 10 unique bosses in this game with like
Yeah.
what seems like
Mhm.
100 repeatable ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
that's why I was like, these bosses are not memorable in a positive way for me. Now, I feel like I really like Malekith's boss fight. I'm probably the only one, but I didn't.
Oh, I like it. It's really fun. It was.
I
good.
liked it.
thought
I
it was
just hated
fun.
the second phase because of that draining health thing. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. And him rolling and doing like that little move, that little wave
He was,
move in the
he
air.
was annoying
and
in his
shoot
first
projectiles.
phase too.
Yeah, I
when he
hate
was
that.
like when he would you would like try to
Oh, when he's
go
on his
in.
knee and he keeps trying to like
Yeah.
move. Yeah, he's annoying.
Yeah,
too.
and then he throws spikes at you and shit like that. And I was like, all right.
Can I just say, with Luca giving her rant on these bosses, I'm so relieved when she said, I just sighed on some of these bosses, because I really thought, like, I want to say like 50% of the game, I thought it was me. I thought, because you guys know I'm expecting, right? And I'm like tired, I'm feeling
Yeah.
different, I'm going through things different, you know. I thought it was me. I'm like, dude, maybe I'm getting old for this,
you,
or like
blaming not liking certain things on your baby hormones.
I
bro.
kind
Come
of
on.
was, man. Because I kept it to myself. I was like,
Cuts.
maybe it's me.
Don't play violent games. A baby will come
You
out
know what I
violent.
mean?
Remember?
And then when I saw your tweet, Luca, it like hit the nail on the head. Like, yes, because it was like this underlying issue I was having, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
You
And
fight
then-
bosses
and
like
then-
4 times sometimes, like 4 fucking
Yeah.
times. First you fight the spirit, then you fight a regular Crucible Knight, then you fight
you fight the
Crucible Tree
double
Knight, then you
versions
fight
of
the duo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was almost a duel for every like mini boss in that
But
game.
even
if I'm not
like the
mistaken.
Are we
bosses I
going to talk
seen.
about those gargoyles? The double gargoyle one when they shoot
Oh my
poison
God.
everywhere?
Yeah.
That was the other one.
Gargoyles.
But it was something about even the ones I seen for the first time or whatever. I would say after like Renala, there was like bosses I just sighed at. I wasn't like motivated to learn them. They
I mean, I
felt
will
cheap
say-
sometimes or something. Like it's just something about them. I couldn't really put my finger on it.
I think I definitely one-shotted a lot more bosses than any of the other games in this game.
Well, yeah,
think
I
so.
agree with Erica. I did not feel compelled to learn any of these bosses. I was like, I don't fucking care, man.
Yeah.
Let's just run through it. And it's like, I think an aspect of that and the element is that, listen, bitches, I use the fucking mimic. All right, y'all can suck my dick if you got
So
an
did
issue
I.
with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Me and my
very
mimic
overpowered.
were busting shit up. That was my homeboy. That is my
Yeah.
baby. I'm like, that's my bro. Even after the nerf, he's still okay.
That mimic was no
Well, he has a
joke.
lot of HP.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
After
That
nerf,
mimic
he has
was
a lot
no
of
The
joke.
mimic
HP.
is a tank. The mimic is pretty much a tank to distract the boss, so you can
Yeah.
hit the boss basically.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So let's talk about it. Do you think bosses were designed around the idea that you'll have a summon with you because they wanted you to use that mechanic? I think yes.
I think they
yes.
had it
Probably.
around the idea
Mhm.
of magic in general. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily know about necessarily just spirits, but I think they definitely tempt you to at some point in the game experiment with your build and try out magic.
Especially with the deer, the little Patronus boss.
Yeah.
That thing, yeah. And they really wanted to.
Some of the magic in here is pretty fucking cool to look at, like from a visual standpoint.
Beautiful.
Pretty pretty.
Oh yeah.
I really like Ronnie's Dark Moon. That shit is. I really like the animation that goes into it. It's very beautiful. But yeah, I personally think some of the bosses were designed around this concept that you would have your summon with you. So I was like, I'm not gonna bother learning these bosses. I'm just gonna kill them. Also things like bleed. I'm learning bleed is fucking broken.
Way too OP in this game.
Way too fucking OP. And the rot, I used rot a lot in my first playthrough before I got my mimic. And I was like, all right, that's my bestie. So
I mean, bleed was broken in Dark Souls 3, honestly.
It's not as broken though. No, bro.
No, but it was still listen, look it. I want to say something about the difficulty about the game, right?
Okay.
So listen, if some of these boss without the summons, and I'm not talking about co-op summons, I'm talking about like the spirit summons and being able to jump on a horse in certain fights and all the fucking broken weapons and spells in this game. Like some of these bosses would go down as some of the hardest boss battles. And I'm sure we can pick a few that stand out as some of the hardest boss battles, but everything that all the little equipment that they give you really negates that. So it really just ends up kind of, I'm not saying it evens it out, but a lot of these people would not get through the game if they didn't find out that the mimic, every video I seen was a mimic.
Everyone did have a mimic, yeah.
With a Moonville or Rivers of Blood, and I'm not hating on you, but listen, and guess what? Magic makes this game easy. If that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. It does. It does. I've tried it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Demon Souls was kind of pushing the envelope, I would say, right? But this right here, this takes the cake.
It embraces. It kind of
embraces it.
It's really easy because as someone like myself, I'm a big PvP person. And in Dark Souls 3, don't get me wrong, there were some cheesy builds, but there was so much variety of people you would fight that would use different weapons. In PvP and Elden Ring, all you see is Rivers of Blood plus 10 and another freaking katana, and they'll do the seppuku and they'll just start running after you. Or Moonville katanas, rot, bleed. It's all you would see. People are just so cheesy in this game. And it's a little disappointing, you know what I mean? So it's just like bro.
There's too much Ashes of War to keep. Yeah. Like I'm like trying to study everything for PvP, but there's so many different Ashes of War that like you see a guy with a fucking katana or a katana and you expect a certain moveset and and all of a sudden they're doing the Bloodhound disappearing at there's just so much thing, and that's not a bad thing, but until Firm Software can get a hand on get a grip on what's going on, because for PvE, man, play the game how you want to play, man. I'm not trying to whatever. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to PvP, it's legit hurting the game, bro. It really is. And then they cut down on invaders. So in Dark Souls 3, you could use fingers, if you guys know what that is, and you could add another person. So you could have a total of 5 people in the world at once. Now, no matter what, it's 4 people. So what ends up happening as an invader, I love to invade. And look, I'm not complaining. When you invade, there's no holds barred. If you invade someone's world, they can do whatever they want to. If you think it's cheap, unfair, you're invading their world. That's your job. But so there's only 4 people. So what ends up happening is you invade, and there's 3 people waiting for you, and then they teabag you on top of it. It's like, buddy, I would fucking strangle you right here, buddy. Yeah, trust me.
You're definitely more inclined to use magic and summons in this game. Like I know for me personally, like if you guys saw me play the other games, I was always melee build, sword and shield, and I wanted to learn the patterns of the bosses, right? But in this game, and it probably just goes hand in hand with it being open world and these bosses kind of being not so hot sometimes, but and repeating. But like I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna use my mimic. I'm not even gonna bother like really trying to learn this. And that bothered me a little bit.
Definitely encourage you to be cheesy in this game.
Yeah, like I was cheesing, I was co-oping. Like you guys were talking about the giant or whatever. Yeah. I co-opted him. I'm like, F it. Why not?
I don't care about co-oping. Co-oping is so fun in Dark Souls, especially when you're ganking invaders or you ganks. I don't mind. Look at Erica. I respect. Look at you. Tried Melina 1,000 times. Okay. Eventually, there comes a point where, like, look, I got to get through this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, It's just
That's how I
don't
felt
know.
towards the end. Definitely.
Yeah.
Of like,
It
yeah,
was
I'm just
just
gonna use
different for
Mimic
me.
Gear and just go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I
It's
tried
kind
fighting
of-
her by myself. I couldn't. Like I would get to her second
Yeah.
phase easily and just get freaking body.
Like,
lit.
even-
So, like,
Yeah.
you know,
The only guy
so I
who
just
beat
start
me-
ringing the bell, like ding ding ding. I was like,
Wait,
come
how many
on
of y'all
through. It's
use
like, help
Mimic
me
Gear to
out.
beat Millennia?
Huh?
I
I'd
did.
say-
I did co-op.
You
I
did?
hate
Go.
it.
I ended up co-oping too. I got tired of it.
So,
I just
me and
co-op
Blaze
Mimic.
were the ones who 1v Wonder and beat her.
I just
I
used
saw
the
your
Mimic,
video.
that's it.
I saw
Big
your
Cloud,
video.
you trying to
The claws,
flex?
right?
Is that what you're
This
trying
guy-
to do?
He's trying- he's trying-
Black
Cloud is trying. Black Cloud is trying to flex.
Even though you haven't beat Dark Souls 3 or
Black
2
Cloud is
or
trying
right.
to. He's trying to flex.
What'd you say, Erica? I didn't hear you down there. What's your
I
little?
said, oh, down there. Oh, because I'm below
I
you
ain't
on this
down there.
ladder or
Nah,
whatever.
but Big
I
Cloud,
ain't
tell
down
the
there.
people how many times you were on Millennia for. But
I
I
was.
give you
but guess
respect.
what?
You
I
didn't
bu-
budge.
Whooped ass. I didn't budge.
Yeah, that's
But you
I
did. You
respect
were
that
on
too.
her a long time, but you did do it by yourself. I'll give you the credit.
But my thing is, like, I would have been the same way too. Like I typically would. I would beat my head against the wall and learn them, you know. But this game, I just felt more influenced to be like,
They
screw
definitely
it, I'm gonna
encourage
do
you.
it.
It's like, oh, just ring your bell. Go ahead and ring
Yeah,
your
we're
bell.
just gonna
They-
ring
they
the
really
bell.
do.
I'm gonna get
Is it
co-op.
because it was so new, like having that feature that we've never had in the Souls games before? I mean, yeah, we
that
could
too.
summon like co-op, but now this is like instant co-op. Like, you don't have
I
to wait.
think
Yeah, you don't
I
have the
think
baggage.
Rapid
on
goes
the
more
journey.
into what they wanted to do with this game, which was make a
Yeah.
much more approachable
Mhm.
from soft game.
More newcomer friendly, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
more
it
numerous-
certainly did that. I mean, 12 million sold in 2 weeks. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
And like I've seen people on the timeline who have actively hated from soft games in the past.
I have too.
I
Yeah.
love this game.
And have
Yeah,
tried
me too.
Elden Ring with, oh, well, I'm doing like this dex build with, like how you guys have been talking with like Moonveil or Rivers of Blood or whatever. Or, I'm a magic build and it's just fucking easy. Like, I think they succeeded in exactly what they wanted to do with this game, like they have with every other game. So,
Like I said,
a lot of
Godskin
people were
Peeler.
pushing through the game.
The
Listen,
dual
I
twin
know-
swords, the Godskin Peeler and the twin
twin
swords.
swords were crazy too, bro. People were pushing through the game knowing that the patch was coming because dudes knew the summon was going to get patched and certain weapons are getting. So people, I'm telling you, people, whoever played the game early got through it. Trust me, they just dodged the bullet because it's only going to get harder from now on because they're eventually going to patch all this shit to the ground.
There's so much exploits in this game. There's a ton of exploits with weapons.
Dark Souls 3 pyromancy got patched to the ground, but it's still good. But Dark Souls 3, that shit was OP. But I want to say, like, it's just I end up gatekeeping a lot, man. I see people like, like, and they pull, man, I'm like, man, you a sucker, you're Harry Potter, shut up. Like, I can't help it. I really can't help it, man.
I don't mind people using whatever they want, but I'm kind of the same way too.
I don't
as someone who only uses ultra great swords, or they call them colossal great swords in this game.
Yeah,
it's just like to me personally, I see people using matches. Look at this guy just being a bitch right now, dude.
What's
just kicking back and just what was that?
The comment.
The Azul comment, the fucking stream, the soul stream.
Oh, that thing's wild.
Yeah,
that thing is wild.
Yeah.
You want to talk about broken? I mean, God.
I mean, maybe it's just because I was so used to playing the games the first time like this. I just went quality build, sword and shield, and the only magic that I used was summons. And I had a pretty good time doing it. It's definitely doable. And you can totally beat a lot of these bosses without magic. It's just a bit tougher.
Yeah,
One thing I feel like, to me personally, From Software did is like I said, as someone who uses only like ultra great swords or colossal swords, all the best colossal swords scaled with magic or arcane. And I'm usually just a straight strength build when it comes to like my first playthroughs. And I literally had to I'll use the Royal Great Sword. That sword's a fucking monster. But I had to raise my intelligence to use it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like they force you to kind of make a dual build, just
definitely
one focus.
Did you guys y'all see that exploit that still hasn't got patched for Radon? Where they're just shooting the common Azure, and basically he's just standing still. He doesn't.
Yeah, we just said that, bro. That shit's broken. Yeah. Dude, you know what else? There's an exploit going on right now. If you get invaded or if you're doing PvP.
Oh, the invisible dagger or something like that, and it just kills you.
The invisible dagger and the 3 floating swords. You know the blue little floating swords?
Yeah.
The blue floating. Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
So they buff it with the little magic parry shield, and then it's a one shot. I got clips of me dying one shot and then getting teabagged. Listen.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm going to lose my mind if I That shit is so frustrating, dog.
Oh,
Because
It is.
This just
really
happened
is.
to me a couple times. Yeah.
bro, they
What
think
did you
that, like,
guys-
listen?
It
I
just
don't
brings
mind
back
dying
those bad
honorable, bro.
memories, Blaze, like that fucking dude who used the pure blood sword on
Oh.
Demon Souls. Remember I'm talking about with the luck base? He was one shot
The
and
luck
everybody.
base, you one shot at everybody.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
What
always
did you
gonna be
guys
those
use
guys.
for
That's
a
some
weapon?
bullshit.
Did you guys stick to one or use multiple? I basically stuck to the Bloodhound Fang. Basically,
That's what I did too.
Yeah,
I stuck to
switched it,
Bloodhound.
I had multiple.
I'm gonna give myself flowers because I deserve it. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna give you 5, but you
Look, no, I'm not saying you, Big. I'm just saying
I was
like,
gonna
I
give you
got the
flowers,
game
though.
early. The first
Right.
clause, you know, the clause you find right
the hook
after
claws.
the
Yeah.
hook clause, the regular hook clause. I went through the whole game with that, and I was posting people.
Really?
Like, oh, that's cool, Wolverine. Bro, those claws got me through the whole game. That and the Godskin peeler.
Yeah.
Those are
Oh.
my two main weapons right there. And I wasn't stabbing myself in the stomach and getting the extra bleed. I didn't even know about that at the time. But
Right.
those hook claws, man. And then I switched to the poison claws on my third playthrough on PS5. They're just basically, I don't know, some people, look, everybody I showed them to, including Big Cloud, they hadn't even seen.
Yeah, I hadn't seen them either. I was like, what the hell is
Luca
that?
too. They're snake heads with a fang claw coming out, and they cause poison, but they're like
I don't
claws.
think I've seen
They're
that.
dope.
And it kind of
Yeah,
like
they're dope.
scales depending, like it's non-stop damage.
I used multiple weapons until I got the one I actually liked the most. Like I started off with the great sword, and then I went to like Radon's great swords, I think, the double one, and then I really liked the royal great sword, so I stuck with that one most of the time. I also like for PvP, I had to use something with range, so I did end up being cheesy and plus 10 in a moon veil so just to fight range, but yeah, I just stuck with most of the colossal great swords for most of the part.
Yeah, that blood fang.
That was on the blood fangs.
I used a claymore up until, let's see here.
Classic weapon, Luca.
Classic
that Claymore
weapon.
has a beautiful weapon art too.
Classic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That shit is a great weapon. Go ahead.
Because Warhinder is really good too as well
Yep.
in this game.
Classic weapon.
Yeah, I used a claymore up until I got Rykard's blade, so the blasphemous blade, but I wasn't really spec'd into Faith, so it wasn't as good as it could have been. But I would like switch between those two, and then I got the Ruins Greatsword, and the Ruins Greatsword was my main driver for the rest of the game, and that I beat the game with the Ruins Greatsword. So I was a strength build. So because I mean not because like listen, I do not care if you want to use magic or any cheese. I don't give a shit, man. Play the game however you fucking want. I don't care.
Right.
But I personally, for me, I prefer going through the game with a strength build my first playthrough because that's just like how I like to play that way. Like it's
Yeah, me
simple,
too.
it's easy, it's to the point. You do a lot of damage and you can poise through bullshit, man. And I'm that's what I
Yeah,
and not
that's pretty much what I did.
So it's like that's how I like to play the game. But it
what
is
armor
fun.
set did you guys use?
Oh, I ended up Commander Niall was my favorite one.
The Knight's Cavalry, that armor is fire.
The Tree Sentinel armor is OP, dude.
I like that one too.
There's two versions of that.
I did the golden one.
I need to go grab that.
Dude, none of my armor matched. I don't even.
Yeah, I didn't-
couldn't tell you.
Erica,
I
my
have
armor
a
didn't match
picture of
either. I was like
I
a little
couldn't
bit of
even tell you what I
Radon.
had. Honestly, I don't even know what their names.
I love
are.
mixing and matching, Erica. I'm with
Funny,
that too.
my armor went
I
from
did the same thing,
the
too.
Blide's armor. Like I rocked that.
Blide's
whole
armor's
set
cool.
majority.
I like
That one
Yeah.
was cool. I didn't like the wolf helmet though.
No,
so
now I
never
rock.
used-
I rocked the wolf's head on my character with the Knight Cavalry set.
Okay.
that's
Yeah, the
pretty
wolf.
dope.
Knight's Cavalry said, "Woo, fire!"
It was a
dog.
struggle
Yeah,
getting
I
that
love that
endurance up, and then I had to
Yeah.
respec just to even
I like
carry
the black
anything.
leaf
It is-
armor, the
Yeah,
black
the-
knife armor.
Yeah,
because you don't have to crouch.
Can
and
we
you're
mention
silent.
how stingy the runes were?
in the
in the
beginning.
Beginning, yeah.
In the beginning,
Yeah,
Super
man,
stingy.
that
At
was
first, I was like, "Is it
struggle.
me? Is it me?
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like where the fuck are the runes?" I
And
remember
the shards too, the shards as well. Oh, the beginning.
it was so
man.
annoying. Like I remember finding that one area with the fucking giant ants chilling. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna kill this damn ant. 198 runes, bro. I was mad. I was like, oh fuck this game, bro.
And then
They
you
didn't
get
want
like,
to give you rules till you beat Radon.
and then you get like 2,000 from a boulder.
Yeah,
I got 99
that's what I did
every
for
rune in the game
beginning.
now. I got.
Jeez.
That was
I got
such
like
a
200
boring
runes of
way to
everything.
farm. I couldn't do it.
Nah, you got to do it, Erica.
You
I
can
could
do it.
not-
And you
nah, I
get that
gave
golden
up.
scarab on,
Nah,
jump on your horse, and do it over and over for
After
like
like
2
10
hours.
times, I was done. I was like, this
Yeah.
is boring. I can't do
Oh,
it.
it's a good one
Yeah,
to
I
get like
agree,
a
Erica.
million pretty
I,
fast.
I did the
Uh,
bird. I did the bird one.
Let's see here. Enrique's got to go. Enrique, final score for Elden Ring.
Final score for me, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It was a good game.
All right,
Again,
anything you would
not-
change.
Yeah, some of the stuff you mentioned about the bosses, Luca, not very memorable in that regard. I didn't like the final boss battle. It was such a, coming from Melina, it was kind of like ugh, like it was such a downer.
Yeah.
I thought she should have been the final boss. Like even like the cutscene, when you
It was
meet
really
her.
lit. This shit was cool.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, this should have been. But
the problem is, Brap, the thing is, brother,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they expected people to find out about Melina after you beat the game. Like, wait, there's a whole separate area. Yeah. But the problem is, social media and people post pictures. And you find out about bosses.
We found it, yeah.
So you were supposed to experience that last. I guarantee you. That's how they.
She was like the first character they showed for Elden Ring like years ago.
Well, that was the other thing. Yeah, she was.
That's part of the.
She was like the poster. Yeah,
I mean, she's the statue in the collection.
She is the statue. I had a statue.
Yeah, I have her right here.
I cursed at the statue when I beat her. I was like,
so you know who they value for the best boss. That's clearly.
All right, guys, I got to go. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you again, Luke. I appreciate it.
Let's see here. Shout out to T-Rock saying, I agree. Most bosses were designed for co-op or summons. And then shout out to my boy Sycamore saying, man, the most annoying enemies in the game are the fucking goats and Caelid. Just kidding. Yeah. However, Commander Niall is up there in terms of toughness. Yeah. When I fought him on my melee build, he was fine. But like I went back on a magic build and he was like, he's kind of kicking my ass on this magic build. Hold up, So
that's the one in Caelid, right? That's not the one at Castle Soul, right?
Well, the one in Castle Soul.
You fight him twice.
You fight him twice. Oh, I thought they had different names though.
Yes, different names? Commander O'Neill is the one in Caelid, and Commander Niall is the one in Castle Soul.
Dude, Niall kicked my ass, dude.
That fucking electric prosthetic shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was rough. Definitely a co-op or summon.
I summoned. I was like, "Fuck you,
1v1
fuck you," because he doesn't even 1v1 us. He has summons himself. He's like, "Here's my ghost boys." Here also, Ryan, I appreciate you flexing for Melania, but you also haven't beat any Souls games. So
thank you, Luca. Thank you, Luca.
I just need you to do that first, buddy.
That makes you feel better, sweetheart.
I just need you to do that.
Got your little backup. Got your little backup and your little tears.
Listen, I don't need backup. I'm just saying it straight up. You got beat this game.
There's another reason though, real quick. Can I just say there's another reason I feel like co-op and summons were like, those were in mind for these bosses, because I don't know about you guys, but not anytime, but I always felt like these bosses always had the perfect counter for me. Like if I tried to heal, if I tried to do something, it's like they just interrupted it or something.
I would notice
that's what the damn duo would do. Like they would throw those little magic fireballs at you as soon as you hit heal, and you just fuck.
I didn't it's like they had multi-hit combos. I'm like, are you done? Yeah. Are you done?
And sometimes I would feel like, okay, I'm at the right level for this. This feels right. This feels good. The area was fine, but then he would just have this one hit, boom, kill me. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, dude, like. What the hell's going on?
There was one fight like where I fought this enemy twice, and Luca said she had an easy time with it. It was Astel. The first time, body got destroyed. The second time when you fight in the cave in the consecrated snowfield, I died way too much than I thought I was.
It was way harder in there. For some reason.
Yeah,
I think it had like a new move where like it would like summon like multiple of itself and just drop down and grab you. And if it grabs you,
it did do that. I remember that.
It's a one hit. Yeah.
Who remembers that that invisible motherfucker like who like stabs you in the back? Like
you mean the assassin?
The ghost. Assassin, dude.
I hate those guys.
That fucking
guy.
The one that you had to get to Helix Tree, right? When you
he's like in the cave. You see water moving. You're like, okay, I can swing. But then he'll do like that teleport shit behind you and stab you.
Did you guys have the torch that shows you?
Oh,
I got it later.
I got it later. I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. You know how you pick up the armor where it's like the invisible cloak, or like it looks like it's invisible.
That's a black Neef. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'll wear this and they won't see me. Yeah, freaking right.
They don't hear you.
Yeah, you thought like some Harry Potter shit. You gonna put it on?
Snatch me. I'm like, dude.
You know who else fucked you up too? Fucked me up because I shouldn't have been in the Giants area. It was the dude that drops the rivers. What's his name? Okina, whatever. That's the one. The
guy.
samurai guy.
Yeah, Okina. Yeah, his name's
Okina. No, just the guy that invades you. But dude, that guy, I'm telling you, I was like a level 70 or something. He was just fucking. I was in the Discord. Everybody was watching. I was just getting clapped, bro. He was tough, bro. That Rivers is oof.
How did you guys feel about the story? If you paid attention to it,
I didn't pay attention to the story.
it's pretty.
It's all
pretty
over.
interesting.
It's good. It just is all over.
No,
the place.
because like I don't.
Pretty good.
I think
I
the
don't pay
NPC quests are
attention.
really good in this one.
Rainey's quest
Ronnie's?
is really.
Ronnie's was good.
Really good.
Millicent's was really good.
Ronnie's quest is fucking long, bro. There's
Yeah.
Super long,
fucking
yeah.
steps to that.
Yeah.
I really like the end where you like go to the moonlit place on top of the ridge or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like all these moonbeams, and then you fight the
Yeah.
dragon. That was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
You know what I
Listen.
hated fighting though? The dude from the Round Table, Lodge, the main overseer,
Yeah.
the magic guy.
Gideon?
No, he was
He-
he
yeah.
was easy.
I think
He
it
was
was
easy.
easy.
He
He
the
was
was
easy
magic
for
guy.
me.
The one,
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
did I-
Big
did you
Cloud.
go
No,
to
no, no.
him?
Big Cloud. Listen, Big
Huh?
Cloud. I know what you went through. The problem is,
I
if
went
you-
to him
when
with
you
all
fir-
the people. Yeah.
no, but Big Cloud, when you first run into him and he's
Mhm.
talking to you, you have to kill him that first run. If you don't, he's a problem after. I'm telling you.
Oh.
For my build, with my little cloud, you know when you're talking about when you in the Ashton City when you first run into him over
Yeah,
there.
we
is
talked
what
to
I'm
him.
talking
Yeah,
about?
when he's like, you can't pass till we fight. And he's
Bro,
like
I
shooting those,
destroyed
like,
him.
destructo disc and shit like all that.
Right. You
Yeah, I beat
talk
him
to
my
him,
first
but
try.
you just stop fighting him as he's talking and you kill him that way quickly. Because if you
Really?
don't, my
Yeah.
build, I had these little claws. I couldn't even reach him, bro. He was just, it was frustrating.
Spamming
But,
that shit, dude.
Oh yeah, I as he was talking, I was like, "Shut the fuck up, dude!" And I killed him.
Yeah,
That took
Shut
me
up.
back.
Yes.
And then I got his armor set. He's got
Yeah.
dope ass armor.
The armor
Um,
looks pretty cool. Yeah, I
The
agree.
armor's pretty dope.
It's okay.
Let's see here. Okay, what's up, T Rock?
What's going on, y'all?
What's
T-Rock,
good,
what's
my
up?
boy?
Oh, T-Rock, pull up.
All right,
What's going
T
on?
Rock. Give me your general thoughts on everything we covered. Like, here's if you want to go through these real quick.
I pretty much agree with everything, especially with the bosses, the repeats. Like what Erica said, I was really hopeful with like Margit and then Godric. I was like, okay, good, and then Renala, and then it was pretty much just meh.
Yeah.
Like, especially when I got into the capital and got to Morgit, I was just like, really? Like, I mean, it didn't make any sense.
It was
Yeah.
really disappointing for me.
Pretty anticlimactic. Yeah. Especially for a beautiful place like the capital, you think it'd be like a cool.
Oh, it was
looking
gorgeous
boss.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was expecting some kind of epic like something.
That place
And
is
it
Bro,
nice.
that was Anne Orlando on steroids, bro. How beautiful. When I first
It's-
got to
yeah.
it, I didn't
For
want to
sure.
I didn't want to spoil it, but this shit was beautiful.
All the,
Beautiful.
So
the,
gorgeous.
the gold and
That
the
could
white
be-
all together. Yeah.
That could be like an area for like a whole game from an early
Oh,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy game.
Yeah,
The
totally.
size of it, just
Yeah.
this where you could jump off and get around. Like I
Bro.
missed so much stuff because I was so not used to like, oh, I
That
can jump
area-
off the roof and go over here.
That area remind me of like some of the areas in Bloodborne, like where the city is like all the houses are super close to each other and tight, like
Right.
area, really tight areas. Definitely some huge Bloodborne vibes from that one. The
Yeah,
city-
Yeah,
for
and then
sure.
you had the
Yeah.
sewers and all that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, the sewers
Yeah.
just kept going.
Bro, how
It
about
was
finding
great.
Mog in the sewers? That shit
Yeah.
was fucking
That was
nuts,
crazy.
bro.
He was like the most annoying to find in the fucking sewer.
Yeah.
I only got there
The
because of the
sewer
dungeons.
area was so damn irritating. I got lost in those damn pipes, bro. I was
Me
like,
too.
oh,
I
where am
guess.
I going?
I
I
couldn't
did
figure it
that.
out
know my
now.
dumb ass
Dumbass
figured out.
rats and the stupid
drop-
ass
What?
golem things.
Drop the little colorful beads on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't I think of this before?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
it
didn't
tells you if
think
it's too far or not.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think of that.
Not
Yeah.
even, you know, the little candies you can drop on the floor. That's what
Yeah,
I mean, like the
just-
little. So if I
Yeah.
seen that, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I already been here. So I just
What are
that's how I
the
figured
prism
it out.
stone things?
You never
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
before, Blaze?
Bro, not in
I never
Elden
really
Ring.
used those. I never.
Yeah, I
used
Yo,
never
you
used
know what I
them.
use those for?
In any of
I would
them.
use those for PvP, and I would just make a trail to where I'm at. Like the invade, I'd put little souls, and you pick up a soul and follow the trail, pick up a soul.
Like a
Like,
candy
that's what-
trail or what?
Yeah.
Piece of candy.
that.
Piece of candy.
Piece of candy.
Yeah, that area was. It was all right. It was the area after that where you had to like jump down, like it's like in a crypt, and you had to go
Yeah.
Yes.
all the way down. And I probably died like 30 times trying to get down there. Like literally, I just kept.
Are you
Oh,
talking
the
about the
frenzy?
secret ending?
Platformer.
Yeah, for the bad ending, the frenzy.
Bro.
ending.
Yeah, the frenzy.
That
That-
shit,
That thing was
Sucked.
stupid.
that
Yeah.
platform was dumb as fuck, bro.
I died 30 times. Like kid you
Yo, I
not.
was in the Discord,
Trying
and
to get
it
down
was
there.
late at night, and all, that's the one trophy I needed. And I think Kofi was in there. I said, Kofi, are you on PS5? He's like, yeah. I'm like, good. Share play and fucking do this jump platform for me because this is the 30th time, and I just want my platinum fucking trophy, bro. Just please, I'm not telling you to beat a boss. Just jump down these fucking things, and he did it for me. And
Yeah,
that
the
was a wrap.
platforming is
I
Not
hate
that
the
guy.
platforming. That shit is.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
died more to gravity than anything else, man.
Yeah, totally.
Speaking of that, have any of you guys done the painting where you have to go jump off the ledge in Radon's boss area, but there's the tree boss, the minor Erd tree boss up in the Kaled, and to get the painting, you have to jump off down the trees down to this upper ledge that's over
Yep.
Radon's boss area. It's the only way to get there. And there's one of those big colossuses with a magic halberd.
Yep.
Just
Everybody
ready
missed
to
that, bro.
stomp
Trust
you.
me.
Damn, no, I didn't see that.
Wow.
I didn't see
even,
that.
Even Radon's tower, his tower, like to get in there, you had to like freaking. Oh man,
Yeah.
Like, just to get inside was just terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the teleporter, so
Oh, okay.
it just let
About the story though, Luca.
Mhm.
Like I'm like you. Like I didn't really pay attention
I
too
didn't pay
much. Like
attention.
I know the
It-
general idea,
it's
become the
pretty
Elden Lord.
interesting.
No, I mean it.
But-
What we're saying, Connor, is at least what I'm saying is I didn't.
Oh
pay
no,
attention.
I get it.
I didn't pay attention
Yeah.
as I
I
was.
get it.
I didn't pay attention as I was playing it, but I because I usually watch lore videos when I'm done with these games.
I was
so-
about to
Yeah.
say. I was more
Yeah.
interested in
What's
the
his name?
lore.
Vitaly.
The tweet you put, Luca.
Yeah, body. Yeah, yeah.
Body.
You,
He's a
you need a
god.
flow chart to see who's
I was
what
more
kid of
interested in the
who.
tweet Luca put about
Huh?
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Radagon's dick game being insane.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now this is interesting.
Yeah, like it must be crazy to make fucking Renala lose her mind, dude. She lost her shit. I was
Yeah.
like, really? Over this man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, like I
What
said, the
bulletin
story.
are you on, Luca?
Which one?
What bulletin are you on? Like, what dot are you on?
Oh, we talked about the build diversity and everything. Okay, how does the difficulty rank amongst the Souls titles? Listen, real quick, I'll just say mine. I personally, in my opinion, think it's the easiest one because it gives you a lot of ways to succeed.
Right.
A lot of ways to succeed. Like literally a lot of
completely.
ways to succeed. The fact that you could just run away makes it and come back later overpowered makes it like the easiest in my opinion.
Yeah. Fact.
So-
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I
There
agree.
was definitely some tough bosses in this game, but I would say
Not
it's
bad.
definitely easier.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
like, and because like I said, I didn't find the bosses difficult because they were difficult. I found them difficult. Well, not even difficult, just annoying. I'm like,
It's
bro,
annoying, yeah.
like what the
Yeah,
fuck,
they're
man?
just
Like,
annoying.
so I didn't find it difficult in that regard. I just found the bosses sigh worthy. I just sighed. I was like, all right, man, let's go.
You know
So
what
it's
pissed
just
me off
like,
is dragons appearing and disappearing. Was that like a glitch in the game or something?
The
Oh, you're talking
dragon-
about it, rainy.
I think that was an
Oh,
arena
yeah, I think
thing.
They show up and like, let's say you fight them, you get them like to a good amount of like less health, they just disappear.
I think that's a arena thing bit where they're not it can't go so far from an area, so it has to
Yeah.
go
No,
back.
the
Reset.
dragon and Ronnie's just disappeared.
she
like, it's
disappeared.
gone.
No, she reappears though. That's part of the
She
thing.
reappears
She
where the
didn't
key
re-
is.
She didn't
Yeah.
reappear for me, so I haven't.
No, she in
No,
a new
you-
area after you do her
yeah.
quest
Okay.
line. It reappears.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Once you get
towards
it to half
towards the end.
health, it actually is supposed to disappear.
Is that the dragon that's in the like that you
It-
fight after
The
you're done
moon,
with
the
the
moon,
stealth?
yeah, the moonlit place.
Yeah, after you go up the
Oh,
elevator, after
okay.
you find
Yeah,
her,
okay.
yeah.
I killed it. I was like, I wasn't triggered, but I was like, so after I fight Estelle, I have to fight this dragon? Really? Fucking
Yeah.
really? You know?
Fucking
Um,
dragons. If I never see another fucking dragon or tree sentinel.
Just like that, I forgot what the name of it. It's like the one that was covered in red lightning. That's the one that showed up earlier in the game and disappeared, and then you
Yeah.
find it on the other spot with the tornadoes. I forget.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the Dragon Lord, whatever the
Classics.
fuck.
And, Zula,
Coolest,
right?
coolest fucking way to find a boss ever. You
Yeah.
lay
Yeah.
down and then the world like it just stops spinning
Yeah.
and it
I thought my
spins
game
backwards.
froze for a
That
second.
shit was
Yeah, it
so
goes, like,
fucking
backwards in
lit,
time.
dude.
Goes back in time.
That was so cool. I was like,
That was a
holy
great
shit.
fight. That's one.
Yeah.
A
of
lot
the
of people are
great
missing
games.
that boss, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one and the one with the lady who likes to hug you. You know what I'm talking about? The one that wants
Yeah. The other
Yeah.
dragon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like that.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Listen, and that brings me to this point. Okay.
Uh-oh.
To sit there and to hug her, and you have to sit back and then go back and hug her and talk to her and back. So the fucking fact is, people, you looked up videos to help you. Period.
Oh hell yeah! You
Oh
did.
yeah, I did.
Oh,
When it
we're
comes
gonna
to-
talk about
when it
that.
comes to NPC
Totally did.
quest lines, absolutely.
We're gonna
Totally
talk about
did.
that, Blaze.
We don't gotta
Totally
talk
did.
about it, but
We
it's
don't,
just
but
pathetic. It's
Yeah.
pathetic. That's all.
so I did it with one playthrough. Straight.
Some people saying they got no help, Blaze.
Hey,
100% the
listen,
game.
there's just
everything.
fundamental things in the game that unless like, oh, everybody knows that you run out dialogue. Yeah, okay, but nobody tells you to sit at the bonfire, then talk again, then sit at the bonfire, then talk again, and then trigger. Like, come on, bro, cut it out.
Yeah, especially if you try to do the great lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Find her.
Yeah. Everybody who's played this shit got over 100 hours in total. I'm pretty sure. Just going through the world, exploring,
Easy.
Playing through.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no way in hell you're doing everything that we just said in less than time now.
Shoot, there's NPCs I ain't even
no
seen.
way.
And I watch other people's streams like, oh, I haven't seen this guy. Like his name Doc or something like that, or Rock. I haven't even seen that guy before. And I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, so just
Blaze. I didn't even find the Deep Root Depths until after I beat it.
Bro,
Really?
Looking up the trophies. Like where do I need to go to?
I was watching Big Cloud streaming the game in Discord. I'm like, Big Cloud, because I fought Mog in the sewers, but I missed him at the underground.
Yeah.
So listen, I played the PC version twice. I beat the game twice, and I missed him. Okay, completely missed him because I wasn't looking. I only look up shit when when I'm stuck or I'm like, all right, where the fuck, like, what's going on here? That's the only time I'll ever go look for something or like go to the wiki or something like that. But I'm like, Big Cloud, where you at right now? He's like, oh, I'm in this area. I'm like, bro, I was in that area. There's no boss door. Bro, I didn't realize there was a fucking lever right there.
Elevator.
Yeah. The elevator that brings you up. And I totally just missed to the, like, my, where all those dudes are like, there's like a little chest over there before you hit the elevator, you know what I mean? And I totally missed it, bro, twice. You know what I mean? So like there's so many areas that people are like, wait, where is that? Just tiny little areas that even if you got the platinum, you still miss these tiny little areas. Like, yo, what the fuck? Where'd you get that?
A lot of depth to the environments.
Yeah.
But in terms of the difficulty, Luca, I think everyone's kind of in agreement with it.
Yeah.
Did you go to rock and everything?
What's that?
Did you say anything or
about the difficulty?
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely, I would say, the easiest in not that the bosses or enemies are the easiest. It's you have the most tools and abilities and builds available.
And when you got that freedom, you're able to just do whatever and just.
Bro, you could run away from a boss and come back, and his level is where you left it. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
it doesn't scale with you.
It doesn't scale up.
Yeah, if it scaled up,
that
with
mimic
you,
too. That mimic was so clutch. I would just rely on it. Like, okay, I'm dying a few times. All right.
Especially all the way upgraded. That thing is a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even after the patch, it's
still good. Yeah.
He's still a tank in terms of FP. Like, yo, you guys, listen.
It doesn't heal itself anymore, though, right? After
right.
The patch,
but my boy told me, like, yo, Blaze, you put on the rune where all the attention goes to you. Or you know the rune you put on, like that the boss will just focus on you.
Yeah.
You can the talisman. You put that talisman on, and right before you go into the boss door, you take it off. Right.
And your mimic has it.
The mimic has it, so the boss is just focused on the mimic. So that's what dudes were doing. But yeah,
look, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can definitely.
I didn't know that.
I didn't use a mimic once. I swear to God, the first playthrough I used mimics, but after that, it wasn't because I was against it. I just forgot to use it. And the other thing that I did not use at all, especially in my third playthrough, is arc runes. I haven't even activated a single arc.
Same. I did not,
bro. I haven't activated an arc. I swear, all my arcs they're all grayed out. I have not.
I definitely use some against Melania. Totally.
Yeah, Melania, I use them. I used the mimic. I'm not gonna lie on her.
I waited until the end of the game and I used my rune arcs for Melania and then Godfrey and then Radagon and Elden Beast. Honestly speaking, as soon as because like I beat Melania the night prior, right? And then it's 12 a.m. I'm on the phone with Slow-Mo. I'm looking on Twitter. Connor's like, "There's nerfs." I'm like, "Huh?" And so I read through the fucking
that patch
notes. I'm like, all right, bet. I like fucking turn my internet off on my PS5 and I do a boss rush and I just kill like 5 bosses in like an hour order to get that shit done. Like I was like, nope, I don't know what they're doing to this mimic. Let me get this shit over with. So like, so
that's smart as hell. Wow.
Like I was like, you're not gonna catch me. So
but the arcs, Luca, I wasn't against using arcs, doing all that. I just
forgot.
as a Souls player, like we're not popping art. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
Like
thought
you were
those were
popping like
Souls
embers
efforts.
though.
Embers.
Yeah, Embers is different, but Embers,
Mm-hmm.
Embers is like the finger fucking me finger. What is that sprinkle shit?
Fur calling
What?
finger, whatever.
Yeah, all these
what
finger
now?
names, bro. So like that's what that is. Like actually it's not because the Embers would give you more health. I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever,
remember
man.
not
Like
using
there's a
those till
lot
the
of
end,
tools.
too.
Well, like I didn't use anyone's rune except for Godric's. Like I
Yeah,
was
that
just like,
boosted. Yeah.
The boosted HP.
It's the only one I used, and I had like every single fucking run. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna use
Same,
Godric's.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I
you know-
tried switching them out. I only like Godric's though, really.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I used the one that was mainly focused on HP, FP, and I think endurance. Was
Mhm.
that Rykard's one, or it was one of them? I used
don't know,
Godric's, but
dude.
like, once I got to like a high level, I didn't really need it, so I'll just use this one.
It would just
More
boost a
health.
little bit. Once your HP
Yeah.
was like long enough. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
anybody try Melania's rune that would give you HP back?
yeah, I
that's
used
what I
it.
rocked.
I used it, but I wasn't.
tried it.
I wasn't hitting enemies fast enough to get the health back. When I was using it, so maybe on like if I was using a sword or something.
You had to use
Yeah,
claws.
dudes thought it was Bloodborne all over again. That's what they thought it was gonna. Would you guys about the whole linear thing? So we all can agree that this game has super difficult bosses. Without the summons and all the bullshit, it would be really, really, really hard.
Oh, for
Rank
sure.
at one of the
Yes.
hardest.
Totally,
But-
totally.
We all can agree with it. But like I booted up Dark Souls 2 and then I booted up Dark Souls 3, and I just sat at the menu and listened to the music, and I'm like, damn, man. Like, I don't know, man. If they go back to a linear game, I feel like they can. There's more detail and more love into those areas that you're walking by because
True.
they know you're gonna have to go through this path. So they're just gonna cram it with all the love and affection. But when it's an open world game, a fucking rockside cliff with they're like, well, some guy might totally.
But
I
but
mean,
Blake,
I
how
think,
often were you
I-
admiring the Iron Keep? Were you admiring the Iron Keep? I mean, come on.
Bro,
now.
the Iron Keep can suck my pee-pee
I was
back, bro.
I still have
Look.
nightmares about that place.
Bro, the fucking
Still.
knights shooting you, like trying to get there, like, oh my lord.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like how you guys said about the linear thing. I think I'm with you guys. I prefer more the linear style, but I think with Elden Ring just blowing up, I think this is the staple for From Software games from now on. They are not gonna go back to the linear. They're gonna do open
I don't
world.
know.
they're not. They're
I
not
think-
gonna
I
do,
think-
listen, they are not going to do open world for every single one of their next.
Yeah.
games.
Maybe like
No,
the Hero
yeah.
stuff, maybe like
That's
the
just-
Hero
I agree.
I think
That's
they'll-
just not
they'll
them.
go-
That's never been them. They're always
Man,
they always get bored and move on to something else.
So I
True.
asked Cowboy. I asked Cowboy about that. I
I
said,
think
hey,
this is the
Elden
staple
Ring
from now
2?
on.
and Cowboy's like, no, he's like, I don't think there'll be an Elden Ring 2. I
You're
disagree
talking about
with
fighting
that part.
cowboy?
Yeah, fighting Cowboy.
okay.
And he's like, I disagree. I think they will be. I think it's way too successful, and
Yeah.
they see.
I mean,
know,
what
and-
The
well,
open world
million right
aspect,
now?
everything will make this game blow up.
No, but look, Miyazaki, remember he's like, guys, I'm done making these type of games. But then
Yeah.
he came to a realization that, like, look, this is us. This is what we're known for. Like, this is how we made a living off this. Like, why are we gonna stop it when people want it? So
Literally,
just think-
every single one of their
Yeah.
iterations has been a success. Like them
Yeah.
just
Yes.
tweaking certain
A
elements.
bigger and bigger
Success.
Mhm.
Like it's like they have. Listen, From Software is my favorite developer.
Yeah.
They have not let me down yet, so we'll see. But I think they're
Yeah.
gonna do an Elden Ring 2 solely because of the way this game was hyped up and the way it sold. That's why I think.
now, Erica,
that-
though, what he said
What's
was, if they do that, right?
Mhm.
The expectations and just look at all the criticism Elden Ring got just for having
Totally.
an open world game. So
Mhm.
they're gonna have to innovate at a rate
Again.
that's I don't think they're gonna do. Like what else can they? They're gonna have to.
Maybe,
I think the question then becomes if like, hey, a lot of the Souls, the hardcore fans have sort of pointed out a lot of these flaws within the boss designs, within you guys sort of relying on magic a lot more and sort of controlling certain builds based off weapons and stuff. Like, do you go into a sequel and sort of fix those to sort of make whatever, like the hardcore fans like wet dream?
Yeah, like Alina was saying that he feels like Elden Ring is what Demon Souls was to Dark Souls, like a template, and they're gonna iterate on it and make it something.
I can see that.
more.
Like, get
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that
Like,
too.
like,
I agree.
like I said, I just don't see them going back to the linear style with how just
No, dude, they're not
massively popular.
like listen. If they do more games, it's gonna be one more that's open world. They're not gonna
Yeah.
do every single one of their next games as
Like
Yeah.
a Bloodborne
open
2
world.
wouldn't be open world.
Like
a Dark
there's just
Souls 4
there's no
wouldn't
there's
be
no
open.
way.
Yeah.
Like
No.
there's
Yeah.
no because the sheer
Sekiro
amount of
2.
time it would take for them to make open world games, they're not going to make it so every single one of their games is an open world. I don't think they would want to put that stress
I want a
in
fucking
theory.
Armored Core game. Let's bring
On,
back Armored Core.
I mean, I don't know though.
I don't know.
Luca,
I
just
don't
looking
know.
at
That
the
could
reception
be-
they got from Elden Ring.
Yeah.
though,
I was
that's
like,
the-
in theory. So, but yeah,
People are
what's
gonna
up,
expect
Slow-Mo?
open world from now on. That's what I said. So they're they're gonna be like, oh, so what should we do next? And then how about we go back to linear? They're gonna be like, no, because everyone likes the open world aspect of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So let's do Elden,
Nah,
the
dude,
open
listen,
world.
man. They're,
I mean,
they're going back
there
to
are
linear.
escapes out
It's
for
gonna
it though.
happen.
Yeah.
They can use
It may
Sekiro for
not
that.
it may not be the next one, but whatever game they do,
Yeah.
it's not just gonna be an open world game. Whatever the next one is. What's
Yeah.
up, Slow?
Yo,
Uh-oh.
what's up? How's it going,
Slow-mo.
guys?
Hi, Slow-mo.
What's up, Slow-mo?
Pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm sorry, I'm just
Hide
jumping
your
into the
ankles.
Hey, what's this Dark Souls hater doing here, man?
What's up, bro?
Dark Souls hater. What?
Yeah,
Nah,
so you
man.
didn't like
Games
I
are
thought you didn't
games.
like
Captain
from
Janky.
Slow-mo.
Yeah, Captain
I
I
Jake.
think you warmed up, Slow-Mo. I think
I
you
warmed
came
up to
around,
it.
buddy.
I
really
would
think you
definitely
came
say
around.
I did. Like, I mean, I haven't played. I mean, if you want to be honest, like I haven't played a From Software game I didn't like yet. So,
Right.
Wow, there you go.
I mean, I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment.
A little bit.
But it's like initially looking at the games on the outside looking in, I'm like, yo, what? I don't see the appeal. Then like I was forced,
You're
shout out
welcome,
to-
Slow-mo.
shout out to T-Rock, right? I was forced to play Demon Souls remake, and I'm like, okay, all right, look, I'm having fun. I get it. I didn't finish it yet, but like I have fun with that. But Elden Ring, just for me, like I understand the appeal to it. No, we don't quite know like exactly like how many people are still playing the game, even though it's so like way more than any of their other games. But I think the open world aspect to it, the accessibility. I think someone mentioned earlier that like if you're having an issue with a boss in this game, you can just be like, all right, peace out, man. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna go level up some more. I'm gonna go change my build. I'm just gonna go do something else that's more entertaining than getting my ass kicked right now. It's something that like the other games can't really boast about. So it's just like, yeah. And so like for the newer Souls player, that's far more appealing than like their previous games. And I think that really is helping the game out even more, even though like I did a review and it came out yesterday. It's doing all right for my channel. And I'm seeing a lot of like
What,
Souls
Elden Ring
players.
review?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like 21-minute review.
Really? Hold on, because I'm like, yo, I felt like flagging the channel today. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, so like I mean, look, it's as far as my little channel goes, it blew up, right? For it's
it did?
it's little channel, but it's I got a lot of feedback from people who they were feeling my thoughts as a new like From Software gamer, but then also was like, yeah, see, like the story ain't really like that, Slow-mo. So just like don't like your idea of what a story should be. It's just they're never going to do that. Yeah, like you think the bosses were like easier, but like I actually had some people who were say like, hey, I played all the From Software games in my replies and was like, I felt though these bosses were the hardest ones ever. Like Millennium's the hardest boss they've ever made, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. But for me, it was just like the fact that I can rely on a mimic or the Black Knife summon to kind of take, not necessarily do damage for me, but take the focus away from me so that I could do damage without, actually having to like dodge, block, parry, or whatever, and then do damage or figure out the exact cadence of like it's the design of the boss and then know where to actually hit. Like only in like the ever jails that you actually need to do that because you can't rely on anything but yourself in that, which I love those because like me fighting the Black Knight for like 6 hours to figure that one out.
God damn, Slow-mo.
6 hours.
6 hours?
Okay, look.
Whoa.
Okay, look.
No, I'm not talking about the 6 hours. I'm talking about his views for his video. Hey, I'm fucking.
But what is it
that's
out now?
lit.
Said 3, that almost
I
at
got
4.
4,000 views, bro.
There you go.
Come on,
Oh
bro.
wow!
Yo, you know,
I didn't know
you
it
know,
was up there.
Congrats.
That's what's up.
dude, you know when you have 1,000 subscribers, you know what 4,000 views is? That's a fucking shit ton
That's a
of
lot.
views.
That's a
Come
lot.
on, yo, Slomo, don't play yourself like that, bro. Don't ever say, "Oh, my small channel." Fuck out of here. Like that's great views.
Y'all, I'm
Great
gonna head
job.
out though.
Appreciate
I gotta go. I gotta go.
See you later,
Love you
Mama.
so much.
Bye.
Love
See
you.
you, Erica.
My daughter, everybody. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
Later, Erica.
See you,
Talk to you
Erica.
guys later.
Score
Bye.
for the game, real quick.
Oh, score 8.9.
All right, peace.
8
All right, you gave it a 9.
A 9, then. Okay.
8.9.
You gave it a 9. I mean,
8.9.
what's
Don't wanna
1
say
point,
9.
Erica? Really?
Is this
What's
the
1
Price
point?
is Right? She's like,
Yeah.
she's doing the Price is Right number.
Yeah, you gotta get the low number. I'm out, guys. Have a good
Later.
one. Bye.
Yeah.
Wow, Slomo, I'm impressed, but I'm gonna watch this when we're done.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'll like anyone. I'm not trying to promote my channel or anything. Just like anyone, like check it out. Just give me because like those are like my overall thoughts. Freaking 21 minutes, but like, I love to see other people's feedback because like I'm kind of newer to this stuff, so a lot of the stuff that I found like refreshing and different, other people was like, yeah. And then things that I complained about, people was like, yo, that's like every From Software game, but bro, like duh. So which is fine because I'm new to all this, but again, like I really enjoyed the game overall. I enjoyed the build diversity to be able to like kind of choose how you want to damage the enemies. You want to use frost or rot or bleed damage is what I went with. Go
Bro,
for
they
it.
give out fucking lava tears like candy too. It's like, Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah, Blaze, compared to the other ones, for sure. Your respect.
God.
Like they really want
Inventory.
you to play around with the builds, man. Like
Which sort of
legitimately.
leans into like, play with some magic a little
Oh,
bit. You know?
yeah.
Mm.
Like,
And
hey,
some
I
of the
think
magic
Millennia was
builds, good
designed
grief.
to be a
Yeah.
respect boss. That's the first boss I ever respect for. Ever.
I respect
Ooh.
so I could just get more health because I was like, okay, let me go ahead and give my 65 health, and
Yep.
that's what I did for Millennia.
You were sick of getting one shot. I know.
It was very triggering. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yep.
So all right, cool. Overall score for me is a 9. Yeah, I give it a 9. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun with it. There was certain parts where I was feeling like annoyed and stressed because the way I play these games is like I just like to get through it. Like I like to really immerse myself in it and just kind of like really like just really play through it and put a lot of hours in it really quickly. You can't really do that with this game because you'll get overwhelmed. So I once I realized that, I chilled and took a little step back. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll relax on this a little. And I started to enjoy it more after that. I think the build diversity is insane. I'm having so much fun with these different builds. They're very generous, the larval tiers, like Blaze was saying. So it's like I'm like, respect. Let's try this out. Like it's just there's so many cool ways to play the game, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. There's so many cool fucking weapons to play with as well that are just like really viable and really powerful.
Bro, a lot of weapons that people are not even fucking talking about that are
even Mogwin's
you seen that big ass finger?
Yeah, I saw it.
the big finger.
Yeah,
there's some really cool swords.
It takes a vocal YouTuber to say, "Hey, this weapon is fire," and then the whole community starts going with. That's what has to happen because there's a lot, bro. There's a lot of weapons. I'm talking like that hit like trucks, bro.
Yeah, it was. They're so great. So I overall really enjoyed my time with the game. Anything?
Hey, Luca, did you guys talk about like the multiplayer?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Well,
pretty much.
Okay.
They talked about the PvP elements and
Okay.
Slow about the goal.
Because I thought we were talking about the convoluted
co-op
aspect of the
I'm
multiplayer.
sorry. I really don't think you want me to tell people my experience playing with you on this game, Slomo. So if we could just move on from that.
I can back you up. I can back you up, Luca, because I was trying to give Slomo directions, and he blamed me for not reading the proper directions of how to get places.
You know, overall, like when
T-Rock, he was like, it's north of there. And I'm like, what's there?
Yeah,
what are you talking
north of
about?
the tower. I said, go north of the tower, and
even
you go
like-
in the tower and flip it over.
You know what?
Yeah, there's it gives you the north, south, east, west on the map too, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, but moving on from that, even though I had a lot of fun playing co-op with Slomo, generally speaking, we had a lot of good times, a lot of laughs. You
Ton
know,
of laughs.
there was a lot of frustration as well. So, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want to talk about it. But yeah, we can move on from that.
Look, it's all I'm saying is that like it's not the process of doing co-op seems to be a little unnecessary to me.
Yes,
Just
it's easier
Yeah.
than it has been in other Souls games, but
Yeah, I
it's still
agree.
convoluted.
Oh man,
Is everyone going to give
Not
their
as-
score, or we just?
Yeah, continue with your score.
my bad. Go ahead.
I give it a 9 out of 10 as well.
Mhm.
It's now my favorite for the Soul series. Just like you said, the variety of weapons, this just the different wide variety of areas you go to, whether you're in Kaled or the consecrated snowfields, or the Lake of Ra. It's just beautiful world. I think some things you need to work on is the build balance. While there's a lot of weapons, I feel like this game really encourages you to use magic. To me personally,
I don't agree. I don't
agree either.
No, I don't agree with that.
I don't know, man. A lot of the good weapons just like have some other kind of scaling on it, and that
I hear you. Like, I don't understand why the Ruins Greatsword needs intellect, but it's only like 16 intellect, and you don't need anything for like the regular Greatsword.
I know, Luca, but the problem is once you see, oh, I need 16 faith or whatever, then you stop dumping. You dump 16, then you're like, man, this sword could probably hit much more. Oh wait,
I didn't.
There's too many different scalings. That's why.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Like, I had a couple of spells that I used, like the rot spells or whatever, but I didn't use any sorcery in my.
No, but you did it.
I didn't.
To the wanderer's soul that
and that's okay. That's okay. But I just don't agree with Alton's point. Like, I do not think they're pushing you to use magic, because you can use anything else, other builds as well, and be
I don't agree either.
I guess I'm more of a purist when it comes to like certain builds. If I'm going to be a strength build, I want to focus purely on strength and vigor, not have 25 intelligence on the side as well. That's just me personally. But yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. Some things they could fix is bugs as well. Game was super buggy. I don't
agree with that. I don't
think there's a lot of bugs.
Part.
I don't know. There was times where I walked through the fog door and I get stuck and I couldn't move. And the boss
I didn't see any bugs, but
you probably had a defective PS5 or something.
Oh man!
No, I disagree with you, Blaze. There was bugs, man. Like,
there was definitely some bugs.
But, when I think of bugs, I'm thinking of like falling through the map or dudes floating. Like bugs, like could I not sit at the bonfire sometimes? Yeah, like shit like that.
Dude, like listen,
Look,
I was in the area leading up to Halleck Tree. And my fucking shit froze. My shit froze. Like in that snowy area, it froze, and like it kept stuttering, and it did it both times I was there in both playthroughs. So there's bugs in this game. So
I primarily played offline.
3 playthroughs.
I primarily played offline unless I was going to co-op with someone, because when I played online, I was constantly getting disconnected and then being forced to home like all the time.
There's a few times where like I was fighting, like I said, I was fighting the fire giant, and I would jump on Torrent to like ride towards him, and I would get stuck and I can't move. Like, and I couldn't. I would press all kinds of buttons to try and see if I can get out, and the fire giant would just come and just hit me and kill me. It happened like 2 or 3 times.
I believe you guys, but I 3 playthroughs, I didn't get none of that. I got stuck at a bonfire and wasn't able to do that, or I wasn't getting a prompt for a medallion. But it was stuff like that. It wasn't like stuttering or freezing. But you know what I'll say? So, Luca, I got 99 of every soul. I got 99 Lord souls. I got 200. I got unlimited souls, basically. Okay? I get, So, the thing is, when you co-op in somebody in this game, the minute you summon them, just give it a couple seconds, you're going to get invaded. It's like...
You're very true.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
It's going to happen. And,
Blaze, I'm level 235.
God damn, little homie.
If I put on the ring,
235, Jesus Christ.
If I put on the ring that lets you get summoned in when somebody else is getting invaded as a hunter, I get summoned in all the time at my level. All the time.
I'm
really?
230?
Yeah.
Wow.
All the time.
That's why I stopped leveling up, because PvP I was rarely running into like the signs to summon to fight.
It's not everywhere, but certain areas. Like if you're near a dragon, anywhere somebody's going to be co-oping for a boss, you're going to get summoned in.
Yeah.
So the problem with the PvP,
or right before a boss,
usually the meta is 120, 150 tops for PvP.
This one's 180, right?
Yeah, this shit is like, bro. Depending on who you ask, oh no, you can definitely hit. You know, like I think with Elden Ring, what happens with Elden Ring is people want to be able to, you know, it sucks that everybody else can spam and use mad FP and use all their weapon arts, and you have no FP, you have no mind, and you know, so people are literally specking enough where they can fucking do everything. That's the problem. They can shoot fucking electric. You know, they can use. You know, they got. Dude, I seen a dude with Faith, a fucking fully stacked Faith build, and then on top of that, he had Arcane, like he was using rivers. It's like, come on, bro. Like these dudes want to have it all in one guy. Like, hey, whatever.
Just being cheesy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I have my guys like that, Blaze, but I don't do the PvP. Like, I'm not trying to invade.
Me and Blaze are the PvP guys. I know this.
Right.
You know, maybe you guys
really
like part of your feelings for feeling like they're pushing you to Magic is because you guys play PvP and you're seeing like an abundance of people using.
Yeah, all you see is Rivers of Blood
and Rivers of Blood.
Maybe so, but like it's just like even like when I see like I said, PvE, I don't care what you use. If you're having fun, you're having fun. But like at the same time, like you see people taking pictures of their build and they're just the Rivers of Blood and a Uji Katana. Like that's all you see everyone holding. And it's like, bro, come on, you know what I mean? It's
They're
like,
gonna
you know, just switch it up a little bit.
Yo,
That's
AB, I'm making a video. I did the Moonville video and now I get the Rivers of Blood video, and I'm like just camping in the bush and like, dude, this poor guy, his name was, bro, this guy was name was Lydia the Great. He invaded me like 7 times in a row, and he kept coming to like I would hide in the bush. He would come into the bush, but I was in the other one. He would come slashing at the bush. The poor guy. All he had to do was click in R3, and he would have locked onto me and seen me. So I do that to like 20 people in the row, and you'll see the video when it comes out. Then finally somebody figures it out. Bro, this magician figures it out, and he locks onto me, and like I put the sound effects, and he starts shooting, pounds me out with magic. But it's, bro, I listen, I'm telling you, PvP is not worth it, man. It's too frustrating, bro.
Yeah, it's. I was talking to PMS Jordan about it, and she was like, "Yeah, PvP. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this shit, man."
I still have fun with it personally, but I can agree. Like I said, like with previous Souls games, you just see so many different builds and weapons people use against you.
So many weapons.
This one, it's just the same builds over and over and over. And it gets
bugs.
Yeah. The other builds, I mean, there probably are like some really interesting, viable builds, but no one wants to try it out because everyone's just listening to YouTubers. You feel me?
Right.
Or like,
right.
So I definitely hear what you guys are saying with that. Slimma, what would you give the game score wise?
I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's definitely a game of the year contender. Probably considering how successful it is critically and commercially, it's probably going to be one of those games of the generation that we still talk about. Like at the end of this generation, you know how like usually at the end of a generation, people start talking about like what were the best games of the generation. Like people are going to look back and talk about Elden Ring because I feel like this game is going to be influential to how other publishers and developers make their games. Like they're going to be publishers that be like, hey, look, implement some of the stuff FromSoft did with Elden Ring into your game. They probably will be unsuccessful in how they do that though, because they don't really have the template that FromSoftware has. But there will be a lot of attempts to try to do that. And I think when you have a game that's going to be that influential, and yeah, it's going to be a game, one of those games of the generation. So I think a 9 out of 10 is pretty decent for me. Yeah,
that's a respectable score, especially for a guy that doesn't even fucking dive into these type of games. I respect it, but you're gonna see the Surge fucking 5 open world at a fucking amusement.
The Surge.
I don't listen to bootleg Souls games and amuse me with that bullshit, bro. I'm sick
right.
Yeah, I have no interest in playing
Mortal
like
Shell
Souls likes. I just
me either.
I just don't have no interest in it, so.
I tried both Neos. I didn't like them. I thought
I'm done. I don't want to talk about these bootleg ass games. I'm not saying they're bad games.
Jesus
they're not from software. They're not.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, Neo is very good at what it does, especially with the diversity of combat. But yeah, it's like the level design is nowhere near FromSoftware at all. It's nice.
Yeah,
so I give it a 10 out of 10. Bro. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Bro. It's damn near perfect, bro. You just for them to like take this risk, because they could have pissed off a fucking whole bunch of. They could have really fucked this up when you think about it. Like
totally.
To have good level design in an open world game is fucking like. Can you name me one? Can you give me one? Give me like intricate level design. Like there was still times where I'm like, wow. I can't believe this leads back here. And you know about this door don't open from this side, and then you fucking end up opening like, oh shit, oh okay, that makes total sense. Like it's just the little common sense, ingenious little ideas that they continue to put in the game, but they somehow like make it refreshing and make it new and like the sense of exploration, like everything they did with the game. It's not even look. Man, you could just give it a 10, bro. It's got a 97, bro. It's game of the year. God of War can come down. And listen, man. Maybe when God of War comes out, my Sony dick will go up. I don't know, man.
I was gonna say, Elden Ring is gonna be
like Sony, baby.
I can't give any game that has bugs a 10 out of 10, so I gave it a 9. So
9 is still great.
Well, there's bunch. That's not even fair. Like, there's the ants. There's a bunch of bugs. Like to say you're not gonna give it a 10 because they got some bugs in the game.
That's cute. That's cute, Blaze. That's really cute.
Lucas like, yeah, it was fucking lame.
Also, the performance overall, like not being able launching and not being able to consistently be at 60 frames per second for like any platform, like that's pretty.
No, the PS5, PS4 you could, but
PS5 at the Dragon Boss.
The PS4, if you're playing on PS5, the PS4 version on PS5 is still like wow, like I mean,
it's still you got to jump through a loophole. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That was my biggest issue at launch. I didn't have any bugs. I didn't, fall through anything or get stopped. But the performance of constant pop in, like every 10 feet, I would move.
A lot of popping. Yeah, but look, man, when you really look at the scale of the fucking game and how, like the game's not fucking ugly. It's not the best looking game, but it falls in the middle of
it's just good enough, I would say.
Yeah, it looks good enough, and the art design is so spectacular that
art design is insane.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Art design,
yeah, for sure.
I will.
Just the caves.
The game really does look alive at night.
When you hit the river, when you hit the Lake of Rotten, you didn't just go, "Oh man."
Yeah,
looking at that thing, you were just like
cool.
Impressed and intimidated all at the same time.
There's a boss on the left, T-Rock, which is annoying as well.
Oh yeah, where you have to jump between the 3 little platforms. And
got to jump in a little platform and he's there.
Yeah, that shit was annoying.
Yep.
But overall, really enjoyed my experience with the game. I've had fun with it. Like I said before, because the bosses are not compelling, in my opinion. I don't feel like running through it multiple times like I did with Dark Souls 3. Like I love Dark Souls 3 so much. Like I would run back to fight Lothric and Lorien because that's my favorite boss fight. So
it's a great fight.
Like I don't know, whatever, man. Like it's a great game.
Or what's the dancer? Some of those
Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
Yeah.
Are we serious? Some of the most beautiful fucking like this is art, man. Like as you were fighting,
it was amazing.
Art.
Absolutely
amazing.
Fighting
her, super annoying boss fight when I first fought her when the game first came out.
Aldrich, devourer of my balls, like he was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Luca, no platinum for you though.
For Dark Souls, I don't do that.
No, for Elden Ring.
I got the Elden Ring plat.
You did. You ended up doing it. Okay, I didn't know if you were gonna go for it.
Yeah. Because I looked into it, I was like, "Damn, this shit is easy as fuck." Hold up, let me go do that.
It is.
You can do it in one playthrough, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you do the save thing.
They give you a lantern at the end of the boss. Like
they're very like generous with it, because like in Demon Souls, it's like, bitch, you better be ready to go into New Game Plus.
Demon Souls, New Game. First of all, can we say this?
Yeah.
New Game Plus is a joke on. Actually, all the fucking Souls games is a joke except Demon Souls.
Demon Souls New Game Plus makes me want to like never play the game again. Like it's so bad.
I literally had to DM Luca a couple of times. I was like, New Game Plus is usually a cake. Like New Game Plus is
this gonna be a breeze.
It's like when regular enemies were two-shotting you, I'm like, oh no.
When I destroyed the phalanx earlier, this is gonna be a breeze.
I was like, oh no. And like that shit, it was very triggering. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad. I was like, why the fuck is this New Game Plus so damn difficult? But I
Luca, if you're up for it, Luca, I would love to go back to even Dark Souls 3 and get that platinum, because when I looked at your trophies, you were like a 68 or a 70, and I was
Dark
like a 68.
Souls 3 is 82. I got to get the
80.
rings.
Oh, so you jumped up.
Yeah,
we talked about this.
I just got to go get the fucking rings and the spells and stuff.
Oh, I would call
I got the rings. I can drop.
I got
all the plus 2 rings.
All right, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, well, I'll definitely do that then because, like, for me, like I said, I'm not going after knickknacks for a fucking trophy. Like, I'm just not
for
doing that shit.
imaginary trophies.
Like, I
After
am not
knickknacks.
fucking doing that, man. Like, it's like, shout out to Max saying Sister Freed and Slave Night Gale. Sister Freed can suck my dick. I hate that boss fight. 3 phases? 3?
Yeah.
Does that make any
Oh.
sense? I was like, hello?
Was that Dark Souls 3? That was the first.
Ashes,
Ashes,
Ariandel,
yeah.
fucking trash ass DLC. Great weapons though. Trash
Great
DLC.
weapons, great.
Yeah.
I like the little fucking, what do you call it? The Viking dudes with those helmets. I was farming that helmet so bad.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
Ring City is probably the best. Ring City and Dark Souls 2, the sunken, what's it called?
Yeah,
Sunken King?
Yeah, some of the best DLC of all time. And Bloodborne was a great DLC.
Me personally,
I said the old Hunters was fire.
The old Hunters is my favorite. I think it's I personally like. I think it's their best one, especially from like a storytelling standpoint, because it explains certain things from the main game. It's like, okay, that makes sense. This is the doll looks like Maria. That makes sense. Like Gurman, this is why Gurman is anyway, that makes sense. Like, all that stuff. It was so interesting to me. And like,
remember the kin?
Yeah, because I think Bloodborne still has the best lore.
Yeah, but
Bloodborne has the best lore in my opinion. Yeah,
it's probably the hard. I don't know. Ring City or Bloodborne was.
Ring City was tough.
Ring City was tough. I will admit that. Like, but like by the time I got to it, I don't because I was like on New Game Plus 3 when I was playing through it.
Oh yeah.
Madeir on New Game Plus.
Jesus.
Like, because Madeir isn't even difficult. It's just like the fucking HP. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, is this? And my dumb ass didn't fucking know you could cheese it with other stuff. I was using melee. Like, bro,
No, you weren't.
yes, bro. I use fucking melee to fight Madeir, bro. I was like, never
Come
again.
on, Luca.
Never a fucking again,
No
bro.
wonder why, yeah.
Like, I was just
You-
like, holy shit, man.
You just need the Dragon Slayer armor axe and just hit him in the head, and it's over.
Well, yeah, like I said, man, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, I'm with you. I really like the Ring City, but for me, Old Hunters just has my heart. I just thought it was the most interesting. Bloodborne, in my opinion, has the most interesting lore for me, based off like the things I like. It going from a gothic horror to a cosmic horror. I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest.
Yeah,
shit
you
ever,
think
dude.
you think it's gothic and fucking vampire, but it's actually aliens and shit. Like,
Yeah,
this
this shit was so
Yeah.
fucking cool, dude. I was like, holy.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
I like pretty much every boss in Bloodborne. Like, there's only a few. Like I had a really hard time with Rom. Like a really hard time with Rom.
Oh, the
But,
spider.
Yeah, but for everyone else, I was good. And then Orphan of Cause in the DLC, I was like,
Yeah, the
was
orphan.
like,
The orphan was annoying.
I was like, by
The
the
screaming.
Ludwig was tough too, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I struggled more with Ludwig than Cause.
Yeah, me too.
for me, it's like by the time I got to Cause, I was like, you know what? I don't need to beat this boss. The game's over. Let me turn this shit off. And then I came back a year later with one of my buddies. Shout out to Iceman, and we co-opted Orphan of Cause at like 3 a.m. Both of us were drunk as fuck. It was a lot of fucking fun, dude. There's a lot of fun. Co-op in Souls games is a
Really
lot of
fun.
fucking fun.
Oh, it's fun.
Yo, Big Cloud, when you're ready, dog, for real. All right, now that Elden Ring's done, all this is done. We're ready, bro. I'll run through Dark Souls 3 with you. I really will, bro. No problem.
I would say
Should I
that's
go
I'm
on
saying
all
this
that?
shit is 2017.
Well, bro, listen.
Bro,
I told you got to start at
damn-
1. You want to start at
the
3.
damn-
You got to start at 1, bro.
Motherfucker, you told me to play 3 first. What the hell you talking about?
Because you're such a new.
Oh, now, what?
You like the movement
no
better. You'll think
goddamn
1 is
sense.
slow
Fuck.
and Dark Souls 2
Made
is
no
slow.
goddamn sense. Pain in
All
my
right, you're a
ass.
fraud. All right, let me kick you out.
Pain in my fuck yeah.
All right,
Good luck, man.
yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Shit, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Damn. All right, shout out to y'all. Slow-mo, I linked your review in the description. So shout out to you guys for coming through.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go ahead and be sure to check it out, guys. It's really good. Shout out to Alton. Go ahead and give your outro.
Thank you, Luca. I appreciate you having me back on for another spoiler cast from another From Software game.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, I can get invited for the next one, whenever
Yes,
that is.
sir. Just
Definitely
remind me,
appreciate
yeah.
it. Yeah, definitely. It's great to talk Souls. So I don't
For
really get
sure,
to talk
man.
that with other people as often. So it's good to have other
It's
big
so much
fans.
fun.
You know, especially Blaze. He's another PvP guy, so he feel my pain sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yo,
So,
add me, AV. Add me.
all right.
All right.
Yeah, but actually do it. What do you mean? All right.
Oh,
Add
she
me.
said.
I was like, okay, sure.
Add your
Yeah,
edition.
sure.
What's your name on PlayStation?
Oh man.
B Bills 808.
Just put it in the chat or
Oh.
the DM. I'm leaving the DM as soon as we're done with
Alright.
this shit. But you can put it in the DM. All right, Blaze, thank you so much for coming through. I love having you here.
Yeah, I know you've asked me to come on so much, but yeah.
Okay, motherfucker, listen, cut that shit out. You want to come on Scumcast this weekend?
No, I can't make
because
it.
I don't see your ass in the chat at all. So it's like he just
that's not
care.
true, Luca. I leave big donos once in a while.
That's true. He does. You do.
You know. Look, I got love for you, bro. Out of all the people in this shit, I fuck with you heavy. So
yeah.
But no, I'm glad you did it. It's a goddamn shame. A lot of people don't want to tune, especially when you put the word spoiler in anything. Like, oh, I'm not going to spoil, even though you're not going to fucking play the game. You might as well just tune in anyway. But no, I appreciate it. I'm doing Spoilercast tomorrow. It's a bi-weekly show, but I'm changing it to like every week. It just, it'll be different people on certain Wednesdays. So, but other than that, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Shout out to you. All right, T. Brock, my brother.
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, thanks for the invite, Luca. I mean, I don't really do podcasts or anything, so I just appreciate the time to come on here and talk Souls because that's what I care about, and I don't really have a platform or anything. You'll just catch me in Slow-Mo's Twitch streams
giving bad directions.
Well, I appreciate you
testing your reading comprehension.
I appreciate you, T-Rock, because only you can understand my levels of rage and frustration trying to help this guy out. So I thank you. So all right, Bito Cloudo, thanks so much for coming through, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Couldn't miss this one. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, of course, the panel, and see you guys Friday, RGT, on the channel.
All right, Connor, my boy Connor.
Yep. Thanks, Luca. I always appreciate coming on. I love talking games with you guys. Yeah, it was really fun. I had to be here for Elden Ring, and now I'm gonna go to fucking sleep since I've been up for like 8 hours trying to finish this
get
fucking
some rest,
game.
man. Thanks so much for rushing through it to come through.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Slow.
Yo, Luca, thanks for the invite. I was glad to be among all these big, big time From Software fans, and just kind of just speak my thoughts about, how I felt about the game. Really enjoyed it, and I'm still playing it, even though I told myself I'm gonna put this game down now that I beat it, and play these other games I got on my docket, and here I am still playing Elden Ring. So
Momo turned the corner. I'm telling you, man.
I said the same thing. I just keep going back to PvP. Like, I'm gonna start playing, my backlog right back to PvP.
Dude, I tried to play Horizon GT. Can't do it.
Just keep pulls me back in. It just keeps bringing me back.
But I want to explore again.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to go for the platinum. I need 2 more trophies left. I just gotta get the two extra endings. I didn't do the save scum stuff, so like I'm actually doing it with. I have 4 different characters though, and 2 of them are close to end.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have 4 characters, Slow-Mo.
Yeah, so
all right. Thanks so much for coming through, guys. Thanks to everyone who watched. I will catch you guys for either another Scum on One, depending on if something interesting happens. That whole shit with I don't care about PlayStation Plus tiers. That shit was boring as fuck. The fact that people had like long ass conversations. I saw the spaces. I did not go in there. I didn't go in there.
Was strong. Let's just
I live for it.
Okay, I didn't go into any of them because I was like, what is there to complain about? I don't understand. But if something
found a way.
If something interesting happens for me this week, I'll come through. If not, Scumcast. Peace. A shout out to Erica and